Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Monte Carlo for the Monaco Grand Prix. We are live for round 6 of the OGLSimRacing Formula Championship season. I missed the last race due to moving house, but all things were normal. Alex Cooper taking the pole and the win and extending his championship lead as we head into the most important race of the season. Joining me today, someone different than a German. It's Max King.
Alright.
Alright. Sound very relaxed.
Yeah, I am pretty relaxed after finding out my connection is just not good enough to race. I'm all chilled out. I was stressing out.
I bet you get to join me, so you're all good.
Yeah, it's all good. It's a nice evening of chill and hopefully entertainment as well.
So qualifying has just begun. We have just under 19 minutes to go, and it looks like first to start their qualifying lap will be Alex Cooper. Max King sitting beside me, so he won't start one. So Alex Cooper straight away into Sandoval. Nice and tidy through there. Yeah, Max, we haven't been together for a while, have we?
Yeah, we haven't. I've been racing and retiring, and you've been commentating. And yeah, I took over your job last week with Matt, and yeah, we had a good time.
Good.
I enjoyed the commentary box.
It's good fun, isn't it?
It is.
Did you do the cameras?
No, I didn't do that. I don't think anyone will trust me with that.
You don't get to use my toys then?
No. No, to be honest, really, if I operationed them, you wouldn't be seeing cars, believe me.
A pigeon! Wow.
Maybe.
Yeah, how is the racing going for you this season? Anyway?
It's a lot harder than I left it, I'll say that at least. Because obviously with the changes, the mod, and traction control being put down again, it's still a pretty difficult ride. And I think if anyone can see where I am in the table, I think you'll realise how much of a struggle it's been. But no, it's still good fun to come and race, even if you are still at the back. But you know, a bit of entertainment, it's a bit of fun, but I think the people at the top, it's great entertainment. Alex and Luke at the top, with everyone else behind them, it's top to watch.
Yeah.
If you are at the back, you know, you can watch them scrapping as you go about your business. It's brilliant.
And from a driver's perspective, how is it been? How has the challenge been adapting to the turbo engine cars and the way these handle?
It's different from obviously when I was commentating. I'd still have a few laps every week in the car just to see what it was like. But this year has been a completely different idea. It's a completely different ideal, you know. Back then you didn't have to worry. You could full throttle up the corner, no problem. But this year, can't do that at all. You do that, you're going to be ending up in the barrier, especially around here. So it's so much of a challenge. Obviously last year I think we had KERS and DRS both available, and obviously now we haven't got either, due to obviously the stability of the plug-in. But it's weird not having them. I think the first week of testing for me, I was still pressing the DRS and the KERS button, just out of instinct.
Sorry, I was lost in Daniel Lovett's Mercedes. Then it looks a handful. With just about 15 minutes to go, it's Alex Cooper as expected on pole at the moment, and with Luke missing this race, it's a good opportunity for Alex to get a big advantage in the championship.
Yeah, I mean, he's going well as it is. I mean, to have almost a free weekend, you know, it's a huge bonus for him. I mean, it almost gives him a weekend where he can afford to have a bad race or have an incident.
Yeah.
So it's a joker card for him. So great for him. I think he'll also be so much more relaxed. He won't show it or say it, but he'll be in his head. He'll think, you know, my main competitor's not here this weekend, so as you can tell by the time screens at the minute, 1.5 second gap to Tommy Hagen currently in second. You know, that obviously probably will come down a bit, but knowing he's got a second every lap over someone is, you know, it's a huge mental boost.
Yeah. It's a no pressure weekend basically, because even if he doesn't score, he's still got that championship lead, so he can
Yeah.
just have fun.
Yeah, I mean, it's not even as if he's behind. He's still leading the championship as it is now anyway.
Yeah.
So he's only going to, you know, grow on his lead, and he can just afford to take it easy. You know, he could afford to finish, you know, 5th or 6th. He probably wouldn't want to, but probably get away with that. I mean,
And we know that he won't.
obviously, yeah, you don't want to take any chances, and that's not in Alex's character. It's just to think, you know, I don't need to win here. I'm not gonna bother. But I think the approach he'll have taken is just to treat it like a normal weekend.
Yeah.
That's probably the way you want to treat it. You don't want to make it special by thinking, hey, my competitor's not here, I can just chill, enjoy it. You know, he's going to want to still treat it like any other weekend, so, you know, just complacently. And I think that 111.4 certainly shows that he's not acting complacently.
Yeah. If anything, the pressure is going to be huge on Dan, because with Luke missing, they
Yeah.
need the advantage in the constructors.
Yeah, I mean, that's another thing, because obviously Dan's form has, you know, I wouldn't say deserted him, but, you know, he hasn't been up as high as Alex would want. But we had this last year, this issue with, you know, Dan a bit inconsistent, you know. But when he's on his game, you know, he's probably one of the top racers here. So it's a huge weekend for him to you know, no Luke there to be around Alex. You know, he can be up there and fight. And at the minute, he's down in 9th, but he's still got 2 time laps left, so that shouldn't really be a problem. But I haven't really seen the testing time, so I can't really say if that stacks up to what he's been testing to.
Yeah. We're just having a few difficulties in a minute. I can't see the screen, so Max can commentate on the qualifying. Just while I'm having picture difficulties.
We'll give you a quick rundown of the timings with 12 minutes left. Alex miles ahead on a 1:11.4. Tommy Hagen on a 1:12.9. Doru Stoicher in 3rd. Joe Moore in 4th. Fleming Rondorf in 5th. Radek Helbin 6th. Simon Maltby 7th. Danny Ribbons 8th. And we were talking just then about Dan Lovett in 9th. Gregor Kopiak in 10th. Simon Crane in 11th. Arjan Zilstra in 12th. Ian Volano in 13th. Rob Larry in 14th. Thomas Oklinski in 15th. And Lee Miller ran up the field in 16th, with Miles in 17th, yet to set a lap. And that's pretty standard for Lee. He usually doesn't even qualify at all, so to see him actually go and set a lap is quite a rarity in itself in qualifying. Over 11 minutes left now. Most people are on their second runs now. Just looking down the field, Alex has just gone back out. Looks like Tommy, Joe, and Radek are on laps at the minute, so we'll wait and see how they develop. Radek looks the nearest to be completing the lap as he just gone through the swimming pool, through the final complex of corners, passing the pit lane. Got Dan Lovett in front of him, so Dan's back out on track. But Dan's actually on the lap as well, and he's moved himself up to P3, so he'll be happy with that. I'm sure Alex will be too. As I didn't even see Radek's time. I don't think he improved. He's on a 1:13.6 at the minute. He's 7th now, as we saw then Dan Lovett going up the field into 3rd place, and it looks like he may have backed out of this lap. Looks like he will. Looks like he will pit and then have one more time lap to go with just over 10 minutes left now. Alex Cooper on a fast lap, so I'm not sure if we're on board with him, but we'll go on with it anyway. I'll commentate through as he's in the coming through Casino Square. Just brushes the wall, comes across, down towards the big hairpin here. Full steering lock. Down, coming towards the tunnel entrance now. Nice and tight, nice in it. Very well done by Alex, as it always would be. Through the tunnel. Here we go into the brushes the curb there. I thought he'd lost it, but no, he's still going on. I haven't got timings unfortunately, so I can't tell you if he's up or not. But into the last sequence of corners now, looking very tight, looking very good. Another brush with the wall, but that's not really going to be an issue. Alex, he's got traffic. I'm not sure how that's going to affect him. Might actually give him a little bit of boost out of the last corner. Spins up the rears, across the line. Wow, he's set, gone another 3/10 or so faster on a 1:11.1.
World of his own, isn't it?
He is a world of his own.
I'm not even sure if Luke was here with match that, to be honest. So he's just in terrific form this season.
He is. I think it's testament to how much he's tested and everything to see that a 1 second gap. I know Luke isn't here, and Luke probably would be a bit closer, but still, a second round Monaco.
Yeah,
that's a lot. That's a lot of time to find. Just shows how much he's pushing.
If you look at Joe Moore, like he's normally close to his teammate, and at the moment he's in P5.
Yeah.
So
I mean, if you do look down the field, it's mostly packed up, and then you just see at the top a whole second. I know I keep going back to it, but a second round Monaco is it's such a short track that you'd be expecting the field to be really bunched up and close, which it is for the most part. But he is in a world of his own.
Joe Moore comes and finishes a lap, and he will stay in P5. So yeah, this is a great opportunity for Mercedes to get some points on Mercedes and on Lotus, sorry, as Rondorf very weirdly enters the penultimate corner and exits it weird as well. And I think this is just an outlap. He's pushing so hard, it's just his outlap. But
it's an outlap, yeah, it would make. I don't know, actually. I think that might have been his fast lap because he's done 6 laps now, so I presume he'll be in the pits this lap. Otherwise, he'll be over his allocation of laps, so I'm not sure about him. But yeah, going back to Mercedes again, Dan's put himself in P3, so doing the job now. Still 6/10 off Tommy Hagen, but I'm not sure that's going to bother him at all. He's in 3rd, so hold that position. I think that'd be great for Mercedes this weekend, especially with Joe being down in 5th.
Yeah. Rondorf did his personal best in sector 1, so it looks like he's carried on for another lap.
I mean, maybe he's fueled to do 2 time laps now and then take up his allocation, otherwise he'll be the 1 lap short. Be 1 lap wasted in effect, so maybe he must have mucked up earlier in the session and had to bin his lap.
Yeah. I mean, also looking at F1 today, it's a great opportunity for guys that not normally score points to get in those points, like Jules Bianchi obviously getting P9 today. So we could, well, no offence to any drivers lower down, but I mean, looking at the grid now, Tommy Egan up in a solid P2, Stoica P4. Hopefully we can see Lee Miller later in the race be in the points like he usually is.
Yeah, I mean, Monaco being Monaco, there's usually a lot of incidents and a lot of non-finishes, because one bad move and you're in the barrier. It's not like other tracks where you've got the escape road or you've got the gravel to bail you out. If you go off, you're going to the pit stop, or worse, you're retired. It's quite simple.
Yeah.
So I think I'm surprised we haven't actually had any incidents so far in qualifying.
Well, we just had a very untidy corner from Stoica in the chicane on the exit of the tunnel. But no, so far haven't seen no wings as Halbin spins going through. Oh, I don't know my corner names. Penultimate corner before the tunnel. But hopefully he realises the McLaren is bearing down on him fast. And has Lee Miller got a teammate this season? Is Arjan back?
Arjan is back, but he's down in 15th, so...
consistent then?
Yeah, I think he's on his last lap as well, because he's done 8 laps, so this will be his last... Oh no, Must be in this lap then. Sorry. If he's already done 8 laps, he'll be in this lap. He won't be able to do anything. Well, he's still. No, he's backed off. I think. Yeah, he's backed off. I think. No, maybe not.
As we have the HRT driver, and here goes my amazing pronunciations of Kopik. Kopik.
Kopiak. I don't know.
Whatever.
Well, we'll say it whichever way we want. I'm sure he'll correct us afterwards.
Brings it into P10 anyway. Yeah, solid lap. Didn't see nothing wrong with that one. Oklinski is now coming to the last 2 corners to start his hot lap. It's pretty safe to say that Alex Cooper's got this one.
Yeah.
So
I think this is it actually. I think that's his final lap. This will be. It is. I'm not sure. Because on my timing screen, only Alex, Tommy, Dan, and Miles are able to go out again. And Simon Crane, sorry. They're the only other people who can go out and set times. Everyone else on my timing screen is out of laps.
Oh, so Klinsky almost does a Rosberg there.
Yeah. He goes to carry on.
As Volinu pops up into P8 with 1:14.0. Only 3.1 seconds off Alex.
Only.
Only.
Yeah.
With 3 minutes 30 seconds to go. As Oklinski exits the tunnel now and goes into the chicane. And doesn't lock up this time, but it looks like he's backed off. For now, yeah, he's backed off a long way. Simon Crane exited turn 1, going up the hill. Up towards Massenet and Casino.
Big weekend for Simon, I think. After the disappointment of last weekend, I mean, that was a horror show, unfortunately, for him.
You might have to film me in, because I wasn't here, so...
Well, he was having a... I think he was involved in a colourful incident, I'll put it. He was battling with, I can't remember who it was, and he ended up getting tagged by his teammate, and he went into the wall through turn 8. I mean, it was very... obviously high speed, so it's very difficult to say who was fully to blame, but Simon took it out quite badly, and I think he did speak during the race, and obviously that gave him a licence point, but he'll be really out to get a good result this weekend, and 14th place on the grid isn't exactly where I think he'll want to be. So,
well, at the moment he's on a lap that'll improve him into the top 10 if he can
hopefully
keep it together.
See as he comes through and see where he goes, and nowhere.
Oh, he lost it all.
Yeah, I think he took a lot of the curb out of the last corner, but no, I think he'll have one more lap because he was on 5, came in, so this is another fast lap potentially. Get it right.
Alex Cooper's exited the pits and crossed the pit lane line as he did that, so he's got an easy weekend, and he might have just given himself a penalty. With 1 minute 40 seconds to go, Tommy Hagen has left the pits as well, and Daniel Lovett is actually on his final run. Now
I've lost Simon.
Daniel Lovett is flying through the sky. Look at that! Oh, he's back now.
Well, he's back. Yes, probably my internet. That's probably why. That's why I'm not racing.
It might have been the server, to be honest.
It might have been.
Everyone just went mental then. But Daniel Lovett on the entrance to the tunnel. And I'm not sure if he's up or not because it didn't clock his sector time, but into the chicane he goes and does that pretty well, beautifully, and a good exit as well from Daniel. As we come up to my favourite part of the track, the swimming pool. I love getting that flat and clipping those curbs beautifully.
Simon's moved up to P12. That's him finished on a 1:14.9. So not perfect, but he's moved up a few places.
Oh, and Daniel Lovett abandons the lap.
I think he must feel pretty safe that no one else is going to disturb that time. I mean, I think it's only Miles below who can actually post a lap now, and he has just posted it and he's not moved anywhere. So I think with 24 seconds left, that's all we're going to see, unless Alex wants to. Alex is on a lap actually, unless he's just left. Has he just left the pits?
Yeah, he's on his lap. Tommy Hagen as well, only 2 attempts down in sector 1, is personal best. Going through the swimming pool now.
Alex is
And
behind in the tunnel, so we'll see those laps momentarily finish. Tommy can do.
oh, he's almost done a Schumacher. Wow. But into the last
Yeah,
corner he goes.
completely lagged off my screen then. I was about to say he's binned it, and then does improve, but takes a tenth off Alex's time. But I think Alex is probably going to improve unless Simon gets in his way. I think Alex might have just abandoned it. Did go a little bit deep into that penultimate complex of corners, so that looks qualifying to be over, I think.
Yeah, that is qualifying over, sorry Max, and it is Alex Cooper that takes another pole in front of Tommy Hagen, his best grid slot of the season. Daniel Lovett gets his best of the season as well in P3. Duru Stoiker at P4 with Joe Moore P5. That's probably his lowest of the season. Then it's the Ferrari of Rondorf, Helbin P7, Volanu P8, Simon Maltby P9, and Anne Ribbons will round out the top 10. The HRT driver with the lovely name of Quebec is P11. Simon Crane P12. Oh dear. Miles Dixon right behind him P13. That should be a fun start. Tom Oklinski P14. Arjan P15. Rob Laurie P16. And Lee Miller will round out the grid in P17. Yeah, so as you were at the front.
Yeah, in fact, well, I wouldn't say as you were. I mean, I'm quite surprised by the Toro Rossos that they're so high up.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
I think last year we'd usually associate them with near the rear of the field, but they've certainly stepped up their game this season.
Indeed, yeah, they have.
I'm impressed with that.
The last race I commentated on, Duru was running quite high there as well until an incident. So they're finding. I think everyone's just slowly finding their feet with this new way of racing with the turbo engines.
Yeah, I think it's not really the way it's the way the car handles more. It's so weird. It's such a weird sensation. Because I think when I first started it, I really didn't like it. I really didn't. I thought it was. The car felt really loose. And then obviously, you'd obviously slap on a setup, and then you feel more comfortable. But I think the first race I did, I was really uncomfortable with the way the car was acting, and I did retire. I think in the end, after I mucked up at the end of this first sector, I just put the power down too early, and that's what happens when you don't. I think when you don't test. Yeah, I'm kind of the person who doesn't really come and test, do 500 laps. I do about 20, 30, 40, maybe 50 laps, just to get a feel for the track. But, the likes of Alex, if you want to get to the top, you've got to do, about 3 times the amount of race laps, really, to get comfortable. I mean, I've seen on live the laps this season, how many laps some of these people do. It certainly pays off in their favour. You can say that for sure.
Yeah. Well, you've got to work at it if you want to be top. That's for sure.
Yeah, if you want to be at the top, then you do have to work, and you can tell Alex does because of the where he is.
Yeah.
I mean that it's consistent every week. He's the one we're always talking about for pole. Alongside Luke this season. And you can see why. And I think, are we just having a little brief warm-up? Looks like it.
Yeah, 5-minute warm-up, letting these guys get used to race fuel again and practice their starts. Alex is out there just getting used to his heavy fuel. Stoiker doing a practice start on the exit of the chicane.
Yeah, that's also a thing I'd mention. The difference between the lighter car and the heavy car is it's huge. I think when I first went out, obviously I went out full fuel when you test, and just to get a feel for what the car's going to be like when you're going around at full speed. And then when you actually start doing your qualifying laps, you realise how much of an influence it plays. Because firstly, obviously braking, you've got to brake a lot earlier if you wanna get into a corner, and the load of the car when you're going through the corner as well. You can just go coast around a corner so easily, but with heavy fuel, you're being pulled, pushed. It's so difficult to be able to push. So I think it's testament to how much these guys test. When you see them racing on full fuel, you think, just throw the car down the inside, and you just realise you do that on full fuel. You're asking for trouble. I've certainly been a victim of that. You think the opening's there, I'm going to go for it, and then when you realise halfway through the braking zone that you're still going about 100 miles an hour, you go, I'm not stopping. I'm not stopping. I'm gone.
Safety car.
Yeah, and Monaco, you can't do that at all. You just gotta, you gotta take it easy and just, you might only get one chance, but you gotta take it. You want it, you gotta take it. So,
exactly.
And I think Loz has just entered the game, so I think he'll be
at the back.
yeah, he'll be starting at the back. I think he's got other commitments, so he just comes in races, doesn't really get involved in qualifying, and so much really. I can see why sometimes. There's sometimes no point in changing the grid if you know where you are. Then be happy with it. I think on Monaco as well, if you're at the back, you're out the way.
Yeah, it's pretty safe for turn 1 at the back as well. So
yeah,
you get to pick your way around the carnage.
I think one thing we'll definitely be watching out is the starts, because I think they've been a feature of this season. I think Monaco will be a huge kind of interesting, because of the obviously there isn't a runoff area if you spin up your tyres too much and you want to get away.
Yeah,
do that here, you're in the barrier or you're into someone else, and I think we might see a restart. I'd like to say no, but
I'll go for the safety car first lap.
Safety, that's a safe bet. That is a rather safe bet.
As all the drivers now are saying yes, they're ready to go, and race control is about to start the race. Now he wants Small to pit. Get in the pits. What are you doing?
The one time I did the grid, that was probably the most annoying thing. When you're trying to type in people's names, put them in a position, all you can hear is engine noise.
Yeah.
And obviously the server lags when people are driving, so it doesn't every time pick up what you type in.
There's always one that doesn't pit as well.
I mean, I've turned that message center off for when I'm racing.
Yeah.
Even if it's so and so's left the game, if I'm that's the last thing you want to be doing when you're halfway through a corner, is looking down to see, oh, what's that? What someone said.
Bang.
You don't really want to listen to it. Really. When you're testing, it's fine because you're not really that into it. Really, you're just chilling. Really.
So the main man has said all personnel leave the grid now, and
we'll be ready to go in a few minutes.
And I've lost my button.
That's a good start.
Yeah. You don't want to watch the race anyway, do you? Yeah, all the cars now getting themselves onto the grid, and it is Alex Cooper that will lead us away. And yep, that's probably, I think that's his 5th pole this season.
I would be surprised.
If I'm right. Excuse me. Tommy Egan in the Caterham, P2. Daniel Levitt, P3. And I'm hoping he gets a good start, because I would like to see him challenge Alex to see if he's allowed to race Alex. Obviously he won't be, but it would be nice.
I think Alex would be straight away in the chat. Just hold where you are.
Yeah. Remember your contract's out next race, mate.
Yeah. He's got to get past Tommy Hagen first. I mean, that's no mean feat at all.
Indeed,
That'd be quite difficult in itself, especially around Monaco.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
sorry.
as we saw earlier. Yeah, no, continue. No, it's alright.
Sorry, I just want to do the grid. Do Stoiker P4, Joe Moore P5, Rondolph P6, Helbin P7, Molyneux P8, Maltby P9, Dan Ribbons P10, already in the points in the Mauritius, doing better than Bianchi already. Kupek P11, Simon Crane P12, Miles Dixon P13, Oklinski 14, Arjan P15, Rob Laurie P16, Lee Miller 17, and it looks like Lee Miller's the only one on the harder of the two tyres, with Loz Ribbons P18. I haven't got the graphic up, I only see Lee on the yellow striped tyres. I think everyone else is on the super softs. As Alex Cooper brings the grid to the start finish line, just doing the last few burnouts and warming up of the brakes and tyres. Puts himself in his grid slot. What an awful camera angle for the start.
That's pretty awful, isn't it? I think we might go on board with Alex and look back.
There we go, that'll do for a second.
That is a horrific angle. I suppose it'll be fine when it actually comes to the first corner, but dear.
Just waiting for Loz Ribbons now. So here we go then. Alex Cooper, the lights are on. And here we go. Daniel Levitt's already jumped the start, which is awesome. But away we go off the line, and Daniel Levitt, even after jumping the start, gets away very poorly.
No.
Tommy Hagen, can he challenge Alex Cooper around the outside? No, he cannot. But that was a good attempt as they climb the hill. Is Tommy Hagen, then Duru Stoiker jumps Daniel Levitt. Where is Daniel Levitt gone? He is right down the field.
Place.
He's an 8th on mine, but there we go.
Oh, I don't know. I can't see where he is. Oh no, he's dropped even further back.
Yeah, Dan Ribbons is all over him at the moment. As we pile into Raskas and that was somebody having a look at Dan Ribbons, but it's Alex Cooper leading the way. Oh, and there's a Toro Rosso of Molyneux smashed right into the back of Miles Dixon. Completely forgot the brake.
Yeah, I think Gregorius Kopiek's involved, then safety car. What a surprise!
No, Lee Miller's just hit the front wing and he might have a puncture. Is the safety car deployed?
The safety car has been deployed. We've got Aino in Toro Rosso with 3 wheels. Just going through the field. I think Arjan has a drive-through of some description. In the top left corner there's a penalty been attached. I'm not sure if that's for jumping the start, but Dan Lovett hasn't got anything, so I think the penalty may have been removed.
Okay, that was weird because he definitely moves a lot.
Yeah, I saw him move.
Oh, look at this. Tommy Hagen, or no, who is the other caterer? Just hit Duru.
Oh, the race there. Some of the back, those back 4 of Simon were all racing.
Yeah.
As they came over the line. I think that's a bit weird, but
moves in, and it looks like Lee Miller did get a puncture. Oh no, that's a HRT. Sorry.
Yeah, Arjan's coming through the pits to do his drive-through or whatever it was. I'm not sure. I think that must have been for jumping the start.
Well, he's going to have to do that again because he's not allowed to do that under the safety car. And Molyneux, they're not fixing his wheel. It looks like he's out of the race. He's forgot to select repair all by the looks of it. And no, unless he goes round again, he's going to have to retire that car.
I think Matt might want to go straight away. Matt, for all of you, is the race control safety car driver. If you didn't all know, I think we're maybe going straight away this lap because everyone looks to be pretty bunched up. Besides Joe, Joe Moore is involved in that. That's as if it wasn't worse enough. Luke wasn't here. Joe's now out of the points.
Oh no!
So bonus weekend. I know at the minute Dan isn't where he was at the start, but. Well, still bonus points for Mercedes.
Yeah. Making sure everyone's coming through. There's Lee Miller and Arjan, so yeah, they got away with it pretty good.
Yeah, I've got nothing's come up, so I think we may be going round another lap. But Alex hasn't backed off from the safety car, so yeah, we're going round again for whatever reason.
Just looking, Villeneuve is still in the pit lane. His engine's actually on fire now.
Oh dear.
He's quite frustrated that. Well, it's his own problem. That oh my god, the Lotus just nearly hit the back of the McLaren under the safety car. But Villeneuve's just retired that car.
It's a shame. Real shame, but fortunately, if you don't get the click the right button, you're not going to get any help.
As we go around, everyone's called up to the back of the safety car now, so I guess we're going to be in this lap and we can continue racing. As the guy is now coming up the hill. Yep, the last driver, Kopek, is with the pack.
Wow, Doro in third for the Toro Rosso. Simon up in fourth as well.
Yeah.
He's had a great start from, I think he was down in about 10th or 11th, so he's had a brilliant start. Vice versa for Dan, unfortunately. Oh! Oh no!
Well, what's that?
Oh, Dan Lovett's just ran into the back of Radek.
What place is it? Oh my god.
P7. Oh, so, it looked like Simon, in fact, had slowed down, and the Ferrari almost ran to the back of him. And then the Sauber of Radek almost did run to the back of the Ferrari, and Dan just couldn't move out the way fast enough. And that is going to annoy him no end. So
yeah, Dan Lovett without
another lap behind the safety car, unfortunately. Oh, and that is... Oh dear. Not sure what the view of race control is going to be of that, but obviously we can't... I don't think we'll have it straight away because he'll be too busy watching to make sure there's not another incident.
Yeah.
But I think... I'm not sure, but... don't think there'll be any action on that.
But it's kind of a weird one, isn't it? When you're warming your brakes up like that,
yeah,
your tyres, and then one car slows down in front of you, and like it's like a chain reaction. Everyone just goes
very fast. Yeah, I mean, I got a feel for Dan because that's just so unfortunate. It's just warming up your tyres. Someone's just decided, my tyres are a bit colder. I'm gonna warm them up, and unfortunately, it's led to him losing a front wing, which is a real shame. Oh God.
Oh dear, what?
There's a huge incident. Tomolinsky P8. I don't know what's happened. I didn't quite catch it, but it looks to be... I don't know actually. I can't see who's involved in that, but it looked like they'd gone racing.
Yeah, they've actually tried starting the race here. Whoa, yeah.
Oh, I don't understand why. Because the board came up to say there's still safety car for this lap, so... might be seeing a few more license points being given out there. So that's madness. I think it's in Dan Ribbons who is involved because he's lost his front wing as well.
That's another lap under the safety car by the looks of it, because we got cars with no front wings.
Yeah, Kopiek's still not got a front wing in P17. I swear he pitted before anyway. So I think we've got another 3 cars that have got to come in for front wings.
Yeah, and when Dan Lovett pitted, we had 2 other cars following him in, so there was obviously another incident that lap as well.
Yeah.
And
wow.
I mean, lap 3, come on guys.
I don't think we've had a full lap of racing. We've had more action.
As the Lotus is cutting across the... Joe Moore's just cut... Oh, he's parking.
Oh, is he... Oh,
don't
I thought
retire,
he stopped.
Don't
he's
retire.
just parked.
Keep it going. There you go. Keep going.
Oh no, maybe he's just letting everyone else through. I think maybe under instruction from race control. I'm not entirely sure why, but
maybe he thought you caused the incidents.
Yeah, he might have done. I wasn't entirely sure. So
Dan Lovett's back out of the pits in P14. Obviously, still under the safety car.
I think he'll gain a few more places actually with the car. I know. I'm not sure where the damaged cars are actually.
There we go. With the Mauricio peeling in the pits and the Sauber.
Move up. I think he'll move up a few places. He does up to 12th. So hopefully, if no one else decides they want to cause an incident, we will be racing next lap.
If they decide.
if they decide, because
they do have a choice. There's another pedal on your left-hand side.
Yeah, you can just go into. Oh, it's madness.
Right, now everyone's got a wing.
Well,
Lap 4.
has
Can
everyone
we
got
get
a
going?
wing? Oh no, Dan's still not got a front wing.
Oh dear.
Dan's just come out the pit without a front wing. I don't know why. Maybe they didn't fix it, but he's not got a front wing for whatever reason.
Well, the safety car
So-
lights are off. Let's hope they stay off for just a lap, just so we
Yeah,
can race.
safety car is definitely in this lap. It's just been the message just come on my screen. So
Can you not
fingers
see the lights
crossed.
on the top?
oh, I'm not even looking at that.
They work
I
on
didn't
this
even
mod.
notice.
They work.
I didn't do that when I did it. I wasn't that professional.
Matt just wanted an extra toy. We wouldn't allowed it.
Oh, what? Well, I suppose he's got the programming skills to make that work. Yeah, as Matt pulls away, Alex will back the pack up, and a bit of unfamiliar territory here because he doesn't really race with these people behind him.
He doesn't
usually.
know.
So it'll be interesting to see what he expects. I mean, Tommy's certainly got the pace to go and challenge him if he really wants to. We saw on the first lap he almost got past him, just Alex shut the door on him. So we'll see as the safety car comes in. Let's go racing!
Please. Here we go then, out of the final turn across the start-finish line, and Alex gets away.
Yeah, he's fine.
He's fine into turn 1. As Tommy Hagen
Make sure everyone else behind him.
is roll cleanly through turn 1, please, everyone.
Oh, Dan and Arjan
Oh,
almost
who was
committed
that?
blows.
Who's that? Is that a McLaren?
It is. I think it's
It looks like he just did not brake.
Lee. Oh, Lee.
Miller.
So I'm afraid we might. There's no safety car yet. There is a front wing on the track.
Just watching on board Lee now on a replay, and yeah, he just did not brake.
Didn't brake enough.
Oh, he hit the curb as well.
If you take too much curve, it will just throw you out, and it will throw you into a wall in Monaco. That's a shame. I'm surprised there's no safety car actually. Although I don't want one,
No.
but I'm not sure if the front wing will have gone from because it was on the racing line. So, for Alex's sake, I think he'll want it to have disappeared. I'm not sure he'll even know about the incident.
No.
But we'll have to wait and see because it's in a dangerous position unless it has gone.
But at least we've done a full lap racing anyway, so this is what we wanted.
We've done a full lap. It's good.
And we've got who's this? I think it's Oklinski now all over the back of Rondorf.
Its front wing's gone, it's alright.
And it's Helbin all over the back of Rondorf for P6 and 7 and 8
Miles.
actually. Miles Dixon's there as well.
Miles
yeah.
up there. Miles definitely wants some points.
Simon Crane actually pulling away from P5. He's nice and comfortable in P4, so maybe we can see Simon get on the podium.
Yeah, maybe. Tommy Hagen's been given a live Stewart penalty drive through. I have not entirely sure why. Oh, using speed limiter off the line.
Oh dear.
Ah, well, it's a new. Well, it's certainly a way to get rid of the added wheel spin with no traction control. But obviously, under the rules of the league, you're not allowed to do it. So.
Who was that for? Tommy Hagen?
Tommy Hagen, who is
Oh,
in P2,
no.
unfortunately. So, if he takes it now, he'll pretty much be at the back. But I suppose if he does keep going for a few laps, then
Yeah, he's got 2 more laps.
might
Just
keep
stretch
going.
his lead because you don't want to be coming out behind this battle for 6, 7, and 8.
Well, I'd be more concerned with the big gap behind it. Los Ribbons up in 9th is holding up a train of cars. And they're all queuing up to go through.
One of them's Daniel Lovett trying to make his way back through the field after that bizarre incident at the hairpin, and he's got a good run on the Mauritian now as it happens, and he's down the inside. Is he later on the brakes? He is later on the brakes, and good respect from both drivers there to cleanly get through turn 1. And that'll leave Loz under fire now from Simon Maltby. And Darjan, oh dear. Dun, dun, dun.
I want to get that safety car ready.
Oh, as Maltby has a little twitch over the bump there.
Didn't avoid it like most drivers would. He just goes straight over it.
Yeah. I'm driving a tank.
Well, with the amount of fuel they've got on, yeah, they certainly feel like them.
And it's pulling away here very quickly from this battle. Sorry, did I just mix up my words? Because I was reading a message from Matt at the same time. Did I just...
You may have. I'm not even sure. I'm too busy watching Miles and Radek for P6. Miles is right on the back of him. Fleming's pulled away a bit, but Miles is all over the back of him.
There's a McLaren. Oh, Lee Miller's just leaving the pit lane now. He's managed to get back and fix that suspension. Dan Ribbon's looking uncomfortable out of the last turn. Simon Maltby's got a run on him as we go towards turn 1, but not close enough.
Certainly. Oh, Arjan almost went to the back of him there. I think Simon got surprised there. Loz was very heavy on the brakes, and that's again the concertina effect is so much greater here with the barriers, you know. And again, Simon electing to go over the over the little bump there. So close. Arjan gets a little bump from behind from the other Marussia of Dan Ribbons. Simon, ooh, little bit of contact between him and Loz as they go through the tunnel. Arjan's now right on the back of the Caterham. No, not close enough.
Oh, Arjan jumped back in front of the racing line.
Yes, that's a shield. Dan, I think I didn't realise Dan was actually trying that, but oh, Simon against the wall. They're all against the wall. That.
Duru Stoichers up into P2 as Hagen takes his penalty. Simon Crane on the podium.
See where he comes out. Where is he? He's down in 7th.
P7 now, yeah.
He'll be fine.
Well, no, he's behind that Miles Dixon battles.
Maybe not, but
it looks like Loz has messed up the final corner and
let all three of them through. Yeah, Arjan's still on the back of Simon, so and he's lost it. And
this could be a safety car.
Oh, he's pushed it onto the racing line.
On the racing line, yeah. Dan Ribbons.
He's pushed it onto the racing line.
So the where Joe Moore's just going through now. Yeah, the wing is still there at turn 1.
And I think Alex is right on the end of on his laps, so that might still be there this time. But it was the follow through when he spun back round. He knocked it. I think it was fine where it was, in all fairness.
No, you go on the racing line. Give me a safety car. But Alex goes through now, and the wing is gone. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think we do keep it on about 30 seconds. I think damage. So you don't want front wing staying there for the entire race.
I think Matt is here to give us a catch up on the first few laps on the incidents and Larry Blaz.
Maybe.
He was here. Matt? No? Alright, you're not having another go. No, that's it. You've had your chance. Lap 10? What the hell is going on? He left us. He's left us, Max. I'm not having that.
Oh, sorry.
Lap 10 then. Alex Cooper with a command and lead. Even after the safety car, he's got a 7.4 second lead over Duru Stoicher. Oh, and we got a battle for the podium. Look at this. Rondorf over the back of Simon Crane. And it's a race where Ferrari do need to pick up some big points. They've had a bad start to the season. And OGL's most successful team in the league over the years are really struggling this season. They go through the swimming pool section. Helbin P5. Miles Dixon still 7.
Did I just see that? Miles Dixon fastest. Oh no.
No.
I just saw Miles Dixon fastest lap of the race and I thought, wow.
Clear your eyes. We got look at that. Miles Dixon. Who was that? Tommy Hagen had such a good run out of the last corner. He actually pushed Dixon out of the way. He was on the power that much earlier. But through he goes in front of Dixon. Daniel Levitt now is very quickly catching the battle for 6 and 7. Rob Laurie up into P9. Maltby on his own in 10. Arjan 11. Oklinski 12. Loz Ribbons 13. Joe Moore 14. Wow, all the way down in 14th. So not a good day for Lotus. Kupek 15. Dan Ribbon's 16th. That means Lee Miller is 17th and last, and a lap down. And who's that just gone off in front of Lee Miller? It's a Marisha of Loz Ribbons, but he's a lap ahead of Lee. So yeah, all go for Alex Cooper.
Joe Moore's lost his front wing.
Oh,
Joe Moore down in 15th has lost his front wing. I'm not sure where, but another pit stop.
really? It's on my screen, but anyway.
Yeah. No, he's got his pit light on. He's struggling to get the car into the corners.
Yeah, it's just gone off now. The Maud bugger, I think. But yep, smoky tyre out of the.
Oh yeah, it's at the first corner. Actually, it's still on the track.
Watching Joe Moore now,
just
down
off
into
the racing
chicane,
line.
just off, locking his brake into the chicane. While he's making his way back to the pit lane, I'll go back to P3 battle because Rondorf is all over the back of that Williams. Looking to get himself a good exit as we come towards the tunnel. He's got that exit. He's just in the slipstream. Is it enough by the time we get to the chicane? No, he's actually gone slower. Despite the fact he was in the slipstream of the Williams. But all this is allowing Simon Crane is actually starting a train. The Crane train.
The Crane. Yeah, Fleming nearest to him, and then obviously the group behind, which Radek, Tommy Hagen, and Miles, with Dan a few more seconds back.
Yeah, they're all catching, and I think even Rob Laurie, even though he's a few seconds back, P9 is also catching this battle. Third place, 22 seconds behind Alex already.
Yeah, already. And to think, you'd say 13 laps. We've only had about I'd say half of them was actually racing laps.
Yeah.
So that's as you can see, Alex has just flown off. I mean, that I could probably say that's maybe not pit stop length, but add about 5 more seconds onto that, you've nearly got a pit stop already.
I think over P3 that is
definitely over P3 is a pit stop.
Yeah.
Fleming all over the back of Simon. Simon's doing a great job of holding him off for the time being.
Yeah,
he'd be
but
over
this is the closest Rondorf's been though. As they go towards the chicane, he has a little look, say hello, I'm here, but nope. Yeah. Simon late on the brakes and holds it for another lap.
Yeah, that's the only really frustrating thing you can say about Monaco is that it is so difficult to overtake. That you've got to be right. You've got to be right in your game to even consider putting a move on anyone.
Yeah.
But we'll have to see if Fleming's up to the task. But Simon almost lost it out of the last corner as I say that, and Fleming will have a good run down to turn 1. Going around the outside, it'll be very brave.
Yeah, Simon's got good straight line speed on that Williams.
Yeah, and just drives him to the left so that Fleming can't have the room. Obviously, there is a little bit of, as you can see on the camera, there's a bit of an indent on that left side. So unless you're level, you can't really go around the outside. Defending again.
That's quite a few moves. There's someone behind. Who's that? Caterham just had a look at Helbing.
Yeah, that's Tommy trying to come back through the field.
And they're all closing really quickly. Like, even Dan's on the back of these guys
now. They
now.
are now, yeah. That big group now. I think this is where all the action is going to be for the next few laps. Simon's going to have a hard job keeping them all at bay.
Just looking at the lap times there, Max, even Arjan P11 is faster than Simon.
Yeah.
So Klinsky.
Yeah,
so we could have from P3 to P12 soon.
We did see that Simon's qualifying laps were around P11, I think P12.
Yeah.
So I think he must have got an amazing start, and obviously with all the incidents, he's just profited from them, and he's gone up through the field. So let's see if he can hold off, because obviously the pit stop window isn't quite dawning yet, but I presume it will be about a 2-3 stop race at the minute. So
I'd love to see him hold this though till the end.
I would. I'd love to see it as well. Yeah, I mean, all the cars behind him. I mean, I'm sure they'll be trading places over the next few laps as they all obviously just queue up behind Simon. Who, I mean, Doro's miles ahead now.
Yeah. Yeah, he
Tyler's
won't
in
be
his own little
challenged.
world.
19 seconds ahead of Simon.
He'll be really happy with that. I mean, that's a great place for Toro Rosso to be.
Yeah.
With all, obviously, Joe Moore now just left the game and retired.
Oh, no way.
And there's a safety car been deployed. Safety car has been deployed.
What
I'm
position
not
was Joe
entirely
Moore?
sure
Oh, there's
why.
a front wing. That Alex has just hit a front wing.
Arjan has lost the front wing, and Lee Miller has lost the front wing. In fact, no, they've lost tyres. Both McLarens are on 3 wheels on my screen. I'm not sure if were they together on the track.
They probably were. I'm just making sure. Alex Cooper, as he exited Rascas, hit a front wing. Not sure if he got damage from it.
I think he's pitted. He pitted anyway, so
Yeah, that was just a cover under the safety car. Oh, Duru Stoiker, be careful! He's just crossed the pit lane line. I don't want a penalty. This is good for Daniel Lovett, though.
It's great for Daniel Lovett. He's 4th on my screen at the minute in the pits, but so he will drop back.
Did Simon Crane pit? Where's Simon?
Oh, Fleming's missed out in the pit stops big time. Simon is now. Everyone's maintained position. Rob Larry hasn't pitted.
Interesting. But he did pit earlier on, didn't he? So.
I think he did, yeah.
But
yeah, Fleming's dropped down all the way to 8th. So Simon's got a little bit of respite. And have you found the?
Whoa, Daniel Lovett, what's he doing?
Oh, Lee Miller's crashed as well.
Sorry, Daniel Lovett just overtook a Ferrari under the safety car. Sorry, what about Lee Miller?
Lee Miller's hairpin is just pinned. I'm not sure if he stopped, but he's pinned. Oh, he's reversing the car now. He's still without. I think he's lost a wheel. Can't quite see from this angle. Yeah, he's still driving around with 3 wheels.
He's moving that. It takes Lee a few laps to work out something.
Yeah, Arjan's back in the pits now. So
But
hopefully they'll fix his tyre.
That'd be Lee out of the race now because this mod does not fix tyres. Arjan will be out as well. So both McLarens on the same lap will be out of the Monaco Grand Prix.
Yeah, he's true. You can't get in the pit box.
Yeah, but hopefully someone can get a message to Lee now saying repair all on his pit box before he gets there, because no one else is selecting that. If he can get there, too busy jumping sausage curbs.
Nah, Arjan's in the same pit box. He's not getting treated. I don't think he's just kept it still. We know what happened between them, or if it was even between them.
I couldn't get a replay that far back, so we'll have to look at it after.
Well, maybe if he comes into the chat after, if he retires, and might see what happened. But they both lost their same front left tyre, so
yeah,
that makes me think that it wasn't them being involved in the same incident, because it'd be impossible to get the same kind of damage.
Lee Miller and someone else are leaving the pit lane together with 3 wheels.
Well, that's certainly a first, and Lee's got to stop and go.
Nice, just to rub salt in the wounds.
I'm not sure why, but he has got to stop and go. So I think they're going to try again and do repair all. So
both McLarens are racing to the pit lanes on 3 wheels, no front wing.
Oh dear. Well, I think Matt's definitely earned his money driving the safety car.
Yeah.
Evening.
Still got 61 laps left. Don't worry, lads. You know.
We'll have some racing.
But currently, Arjan is winning the fight to the pit lane.
Yeah. He'll just want to maintain that. I don't think he'll want to. It's the worst thing seeing your teammate go in the pit stops ahead of you, knowing that you're going to have to sit and wait.
They'll be waiting quite a long time by the looks of it.
We'll be waiting quite a while. That's going to really annoy him. But as we still, where are they now? They're not even. They're in the tunnel at the moment.
Yeah, there's a front wing still in the tunnel as well at the start of it. So I don't know if anyone else has crashed. I'll have a look while them two are messing around back to the pit lane. Stoiker's still having a hell of a race in P2.
He is.
And he's pitted as well, so good on him.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at the tyres actually. Well, Alex Cooper stayed on the super softs. Stoiker went to the softs. Simon Crane on the super softs. Tommy Agan went to the softs. Miles Dixon super soft. Dan Lovett super soft. Rondorf super soft. Helbin went to the soft. So did Oklinski and Maltby. 11th, Rob Laurie went super softs. Kopek went soft. Sorry. Dan Ribbons on supers. Arjan back in the pits with Lee
and
Miller.
to no avail. I don't think. No avail. And that looks to be the end of both their races. Fortunately, I can only presume that they went straight on at the same corner and did the same amount of damage to each other, because I don't think it would have been between them. Wouldn't be able to get the same kind of damage.
No.
So
Arjan is
yep, Lee's retired, and Arjan's
yeah.
just sat in the middle of the pit lane. Yeah, he's retired now, so that's a shame for both McLarens.
I think that's Lee Miller's first DNF for a long time, so I think he'd be pretty upset with that one.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know if it's through no fault of his own, but
well, let's see if we can get him in.
Yeah,
for an interview. He might not be up for a chat, but he won't have a choice with me in control of TeamSpeak.
Just drag him in anyway.
Yeah, I'll do what I do best and just drag him in. Lee Miller, what happened there?
I don't know. I was busy watching another accident in front of me and lost my wheel. And it was my own teammate.
Oh, was it involved with Arjan?
Yeah, he crashed and lost his wheel, and I thought, uh-oh, and then I just lost a concentration and took myself out. And sadly, the
sorry, Alex
pit
Cooper
wouldn't
slowed
repair.
down the pack way too much and caused a crash. And it's Simon Crane that lost his wing and all that.
Oh dear.
Caused a massive pile up in the background.
I can safely say, Lee, you're glad you're in here right now.
Yeah.
And there'll be a lot of shouting.
I'll tell you what, it's a lot less stressful. I don't know whether you've seen me go into turn 1 and roll the car.
Roll it? We saw you with a lot of damage and thought we just realised that you'd probably gone straight on, but we didn't know you'd flipped it.
I was not amused.
How was it up until that point, Lee? I know you had a few incidents, but the pace when you did have a wing...
It's pretty good, actually. I thought I could do quite well, and it's got stuck behind Laws, who was a lap ahead of me, and there's not much I could do then. And then he took his wing off into the tunnel, and I was like, oh, I got past him, and then took my own wheel off, and was not happy.
Well, you always make it interesting for yourself. That was your first DNF for about 7-8 races now?
Yeah, I never expected to finish Monaco, to be honest. It's one of those tracks that I like, but just don't do well at.
There's always the next one, don't worry about that.
Well, I do like Canada.
You had Arjan back for this race.
That didn't go well, did it?
Is the contract still rolling on?
It's for a few races until I decide otherwise, or I can get somebody better.
Live on air.
Oh. You heard it here first.
I've thrown the gauntlet down to Arjan.
What did Lewis say after the race today? We're not mates. Lee Willis just repeated that. You can hang around if you want, Lee. Keep us company.
Do I have to?
Yeah, because I've always wanted you up here, and now you're here. So.
Oh, okay.
We just lock the door.
I want to test out your commentary. Go on, Lee. Actually, go on. Max, don't talk for a few minutes. Let's see what he does.
Well, it's Alex now into the tunnel. Oh, there's a wing there, I see. Gonna be able to see that into the start of the tunnel?
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
There you go.
Well done, Lee.
He's a master.
You know it.
Anyway, it's Alex Cooper with a 5-second lead. Duru Stoica now has got the train behind him, but he is on the harder of the tyres on lap 20. Tommy Agan P3, Miles Dixon 4, Dan Lovett P5 after the appalling start from himself. Did you see the incident, Lee, going into the hairpin?
No,
Dan
I didn't.
Lovett? No? Okay.
No, he said somebody braked in front of him.
Yeah, there was...
Not sure who it was initially, but yeah, they all piled up and Dan was the unfortunate party.
Poor Dan.
Talking of piling up, they're all piling up behind Doru, who is in P2. He's got Tommy, Miles, Dan, Fleming, and Radek a bit further back, all closing in.
you know what though? It's an impressive race for Doru so far.
Yeah,
P2.
we said it earlier. I mean, it was not unheard of for Doru to be this high up, but it's nice to see him here in second place. With obviously Luke not racing, Joe's already retired. Dan's there still,
but we know
not as high as he want to be. But
we know Dan's got a good pace right now, Dave. He's done quite well before around there.
Yes, yeah. That was with my setup.
I wasn't going to mention that, but
Sorry, I'm just seeing if Matt is with us. We just want to get some recap on the incidents on the first few laps. So Matt's with us now.
Miles with no ring.
Do your thing, Matt.
Yeah, firstly, I apologise for you talking to me leaving last time because of the safety car.
Don't forgive you.
Yeah, it's been a bit mad so far, isn't it?
Just a bit.
Let's first talk about the this last restart. First off, it wasn't Alex's fault. I'd say it was more mine, to be fair. The safety car was going quite slowly. Safety car physics are rubbish. I need to change them. So just concertinaed a bit, and Duru slammed his brakes on, which caused a little bit of backlash. Duru should have really gone further side by side with Alex, if you know what I mean. So accidents happened. Simon lost his front wing, and he is raging.
He's just come out in front of.
Really?
He's just come out in front of Miles as well. So.
Yeah. So he's raging a little bit. Why is Miles pitting?
He lost his front wing.
Yeah, he lost his front wing.
Little legend. What else do I need to talk about? Yeah, Tommy Hagen. He was using his speed limit at the start. The little blinking light at the back of the car gives it away. So of course that's not allowed. So he had to have a drive-through penalty. Anything else I need to talk about?
I just like your explanation there of the light at the back of the car, the little blinking light.
That's what it is. If you see that blinking, it means you've got your speed limit on, and of course that gives you low revs and more traction, which is disallowed.
Yeah,
So
we'd love to say we would have picked that up, but our camera angle for the start was pretty
Dreadful.
poor.
No,
Yeah,
as a camera angle, not very good.
No,
And
because
also,
the
I
other
like to tell people on the stream, I apologise for any engine sounds. That was my fault. I can't get them back.
Nice.
You sound beautiful. It's just there's no engine sounds on the stream.
Oh.
It's not a huge problem. Just that was my bad again. Not doing anything right today, am I? I should just go home.
Yeah. Come on,
Wait,
part
aren't you
the
home
safety
now?
car.
What?
We don't want him more.
Yeah, there was also a little bit of confusion. I forgot in the first safety car when I was going to come in, and then there was another crash, so I stayed out. A little bit, people were a bit confused, which causes a few more incidents. But yeah, that's people need to read.
Yeah.
A few people were still racing up to the safety car again. They need to pay more attention, really, which will be flagged up on the forum. But yeah, that's it. How are you guys doing today?
Oh, it's pretty hectic, isn't it? So
How was
I'm
your
just
move, Dave? I haven't spoken to you for a few weeks.
We're talking about a move now. Yeah, it's all good. Yeah,
This is a good time as any to have a little catch up, isn't it? Live.
that's cool. Yeah, I'm all unpacked and settled now. Yeah, got me internet, so I'm happy.
Good. Well,
The first thing I unpacked was my computer, so
Yeah,
I
good.
did
Fair
the
enough,
important
fair enough.
stuff.
Well, it's a good job you're here. It means I don't have to do everything. And you can
I
set
heard
the
you had
stream
fun
off
last race with Max, so
Yeah, I had a bit of lag issues, which was my fault again. I do everything wrong, don't I?
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah, it was good fun. Yeah, but of course we missed you, Dave, as always.
obviously, yeah,
And there's little Lee Miller lurking in here.
yeah.
I know.
Did you see his incident?
No, nobody's seen
We
that.
saw a few of them.
Where
I crashed in sympathy.
Arjan crashed, and then Lee obviously wanted to be his friend, mimicked the crash, and lost his wheel as well.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the pits didn't repair it, which was a shame.
Yeah, it's just sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. You just have to be lucky on some tracks.
Yeah.
And also, Joe Moore, the Soul Lotus is out.
Yeah,
So Mercedes
that is
can
quite
pull
big.
away.
Yeah, 2 Mercedes still going, both in the top 4.
Unfortunately, Luke had work commitments, so that's going to give Alex a massive gap in the championship.
Commitment.
But,
He should
he's
be
getting a
committed
job
to the league, shouldn't he?
He's getting a job promotion soon.
Oh,
So
Doris just lost
Oh
his
yeah,
front wing.
sorry.
Oh no.
Oh, what a shame.
Just gone straight on.
That will now promote Tommy into P2 and Dan into P3.
Cheers for that, Lee.
You're welcome. On a roll.
Oh, leave me. He's doing a great job.
Matt, is Matt still there?
Yeah, I'm here, sorry.
If we gave Lee his own 5 minutes a minute ago, and he just basically said, "Alex is in the lead."
Well,
Well
I
done,
like make
Lee.
you look bad, Dave.
They're telling me it was Lee's time to shine, and he ruined it.
Yeah.
Poor Lee.
He's doing well.
It's not my day today.
Lee, are you the third commentator for the rest of the race?
Yeah, I'm making him
Sadly.
stay. Yeah.
Sadly.
Right, you got a good face for radio. You know.
Oh, no. All I can say though is if you hear the washing machine in the background, it's not mine.
Oh right, yeah, you got not in the where the washing machine is anymore, are you? Or is it just
Well, it's not
on?
on at the moment, so
Alright.
you're all right.
You
Well,
just
as
make
long
sure
as-
your mum
But
doesn't put it on.
Don't mistake that for engine noises.
As long
Well,
as
there
the
isn't
ice
any
cream
engine
man don't
noises.
come and let your dog go, oh!
Anyway,
Lazy
guys,
sleep.
I should really get back to my safety car duties, so I might pop back in later if I'm bored.
Cool.
If you're bored.
I
Have
doubt
fun.
you will be.
See you guys later.
Yeah, there is a race going on, I think.
Yeah. I think we forgot about that. Sorry, guys.
And yeah, Tommy Egan's back up to P2 after his penalty. Dan, after his dreadful start, is back up to P3. So
Another Ferrari without a front wing. Rob
Okay.
Lurry's lost it down in P10. Front wing missing.
Oh, yeah.
God, skip
Oh
past it.
dear.
Now I remember rightly, he was having wheel or pedal trouble. Was it before the race?
I don't know. We can't see the chat, so
Well, yeah, he was struggling with his wheel settings or something, and I'm not sure whether he's got them right at the moment.
inside
it.
gossip from the Miller.
Well, you know.
He just do the rumours for us.
Yeah, he does a few good ones. Yeah, apparently I was hanging up my gardening gloves not long ago, but
You still are you, Dave? I thought you were on for a comeback at some point.
was I there? Yeah.
This is going through the rumour mill, mind.
The thing is, I've got a bad memory, so every time you say something, I'm like, was I?
Oh, we've got a
What?
spin up.
Pardon?
Diamond Maltby P6 has spun it in a very dangerous place.
Oh,
Whoa!
Oh, he's
Oh,
oh,
no.
dear.
That was a nice place to cut back into it.
Oh gosh.
he was doing quite well, to be honest, up into...
He was. He's quite quiet, but yeah, he was doing his job.
I see why he's on the soft tyres. They were really hard work on the first few laps for me, anyway.
That's a shame for him. That Fleming's going very slowly in P4. He's
got
pit light
puncture.
on. He's got puncture. Yeah, I don't
I'm
know.
sure. Yeah, look at the rear end
Yeah.
there sparking away. Sorry, Dave, I'm doing your job for you.
No, you're
he's
doing
he's
good.
doing a good job. Leave him
I'm
at
doing
the-
the replay of that spin from earlier still. You're
Oh,
alright.
right.
Dave's on the replays. Me and Lee have got this. We've
Yeah,
got
you
it
carry
covered.
on. I'll just do the cameras. You two are doing fine.
Now, what Ferrari is that there? Rob getting out of the way of Tommy
Yeah.
Hagen.
Yeah.
That was Robbie and Lap. Dan Lovett's actually fallen away from Tommy Egan. Now 3 seconds behind. Tom Oklinski's P4. And here we go
Doru.
with the HRT and Toro
Doru,
Rosso
yeah.
into turn 1.
Now
Now,
we're trying to get back through the field.
at the moment, isn't this the highest the Sauber's been this season? So it's doing
I'd
pretty well.
I'd probably say, yeah.
Feel sorry for Doru. P2 now P6, is it?
Yeah, he's done it. He's P5. He's fighting for P5 with Kopiec in the
Yeah.
HRT. So nice to see Kopiec up here as well. I mean, it's a big shuffle up from
Yeah.
what we were expecting.
It's a mixed up grid, I'll say that.
It definitely is. Rob's got a stop and go. I'm not sure why, but he has got a stop and go.
Probably speeding in the pit lane.
Yeah.
He just pitted, so. It's
Well-
something interesting. After all the action we've had and the non-stop crashing, 50 laps to go.
Wow.
Only
So we're doing good.
we've only just passed the first window for pitting, really.
Yeah.
With all
the first.
with all the safety cars, you know, the tyres have been.
Oh, look at Doru now trying to get past. He's got a much faster car here. He's at the ins- oh, lovely.
Just let him through. And there's a spinner. Simon spun and lost the place to Dan Ribbons. I think Simon's down in 8th now. I think he was up in.
That's a good recovery from Dan Ribbons from earlier on. Who had a
Yeah.
big spin.
It is, yeah, definitely.
Now, what's happened to Miles? He was right behind Simon at one point.
I think he's dropped miles back. I think I'm not sure whether he had an
He's
incident.
P11 at the moment.
Simon might be down to P12.
Yeah.
After his spin and obviously Rob
So
last now.
How many runners do we have left at the
I
moment?
think we have 13.
It's
do
not
believe.
bad considering
No,
Monaco.
Yeah, 13 we have, which is it's not bad, but we have got 49 laps to go.
Lee,
True.
So
Lee, just for you, the camera is looking at your car.
No, the
little,
shame.
little bit of fame.
I should be racing.
Oh, this is playing beautifully into Alex Cooper's and Mercedes' hands, though.
It is.
Both Lotuses are out of the race. Obviously, Luke didn't turn up, but
Dan's
Dan
third.
P3. Actually, he's was faster than Tommy on that lap, so
All right.
there was traffic involved. So.
Rumour has it that there is pressure on Dan to finish this race.
Oh well, I
I'm
would be
saying no
surprised. Would be surprised with Alex in charge. He wants the team to be at the top, both drivers and constructors.
It's that one championship he hasn't been able to win, isn't it? Like
Yeah.
he's always had like either Dave or Florian beat him to it, and I think he's always been the bridesmaid, and now he wants to be the bride. My quote of the day.
Just looking through the field, the closest battle at the minute looks to be Fleming and Simon for P8. Currently, Simon holding Fleming off, as just in front of them, in fact, is Kopiec and Ribbons.
No, they're behind. Are they a lap down on
They're
him? Or?
Rob's a
No,
lap
they're
down
not.
on them.
That front wing is still in the pits, in the tunnel. Sorry,
Yeah, it is.
Is it
Strange.
where is it stuck?
Right
just
on
onto the left-hand side as they enter it.
Oh yeah, I see. I suppose it's well, if you obviously it would have gone by now usually, so can't really do much unless someone hits it and moves it.
a strange bug. I don't think anybody's going to hit that there, to be honest.
No, it looks pretty safe where it is, but I wouldn't say safe, but
There's something interesting with this Ferrari in front of Kopeck, because he's just because he's on fresh tyres. He's faster, obviously, but they're not warming up quick enough. So he's getting the blue flags, but he's not getting out of the way because he's quicker.
yeah, he's moving. I think he's oh no,
No,
he took a very
still going.
unusual line there, but yeah, Rob's obviously would be naturally faster than these two, so
Just a quick point out, a shout out. We had Simon Maltby on the softs, and now he's gone back to the super softs again. So I'm wondering if he was struggling on them, and he's gone back to the better tyre.
I wouldn't be surprised if he had to pit and he was on the softs. I would probably get rid of the super soft if they were being an issue to me.
Well, to be honest, Max, the softs are quite tricky. They didn't have much grip because of getting the heat temperature.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. Rondorf has got an amazing run on Simon Crane as they exit the tunnel, and Simon in the middle of the
Very
track.
defensive,
Rondorf's having a
just
look.
cuts him off.
Great
Way through.
placement from Simon there.
Simon has defended really well this race. It's a shame he
Yeah.
had that incident, but he
Yeah.
was lovely in P3.
I'm sure he's not very happy in the other TeamSpeak chat.
No, he never is. In all fairness, when he's racing, he's very serious.
Fleming, little poke up the inside there.
Is
I'm
that
actually enjoying you there, Lee. You carry on. I'm just sitting back pressing the camera buttons. Go on, Max. You two.
yeah, Tom Alinsky's just tagging onto the group now as well. So I think if it couldn't get any worse for Simon, it just has, and it always loses it.
It
And
will
coming
get
up to
worse.
Dan Ribbons as well now.
Yeah, and I think Rob's Ribbons has got past Kopiec, and Laurie has been lapped by those two. So Rob's
Where
gonna
is-
have to get out of the way.
Where is Kopiec? Because I don't see. Oh, there he is.
He's just in front of
P6,
Rob.
yeah.
So Rob's gonna have to get out of the way, and obviously he can't really get out of the way here.
He might be helping his teammate that's coming up to lap him.
He might be, yeah. I mean,
He
there's
could
not
have
obviously it's
hold up
Monaco.
Simon.
There's not really many places you can get out of the way. But
He's
Simon
pulled
will
to
want
the
to
right
get
hand
past.
side now. There
Got
we
a
go.
bit of a
down the
train
way.
forming now. Yeah, he's letting them by.
Yeah, letting them all through. Simon, he's actually quite close to Kopiec. Actually, surprisingly, I didn't think he was that close.
Yeah.
Dan
But it's
Ribbons-
all.
They're all
Yeah.
quite quicker than Dan Ribbons at the moment.
Yeah.
But Dan Ribbons has got a few car lengths ahead by getting past Kopiec,
Yeah.
so he's bolting.
He's got to take his chance and go. But I think
These are-
Kopiec will hold them up.
These are things I find really interesting. Despite having 3 safety cars, 46 laps remaining,
We're still
Daniel Lovett is still 42 seconds behind his teammate.
wow.
That
Does go to testament how fast Alex is.
yeah.
We got Alex now lapping the last Ferrari, which is Rob Laurie, so he's coming up onto the back of the train
Wow,
we
yeah.
were just talking about.
He's got this massive train.
Yeah, with the huge gap, I don't think he's really going to be too fussed about losing a few seconds here or there, knowing
Well,
that Tommy will have to go through it anyway. But then again, he'll want to go through scotch-free,
Mm.
and yeah, they're all.
Dan's lost a lot of ground to Tommy. I don't know if Dan had a pit again.
He had
He's
traffic.
22
no
seconds
traffic
behind
around
Tommy
it.
now.
Oh, Fleming spun Simon round,
Oh no!
and Alex has got involved. And
Simon, nice reverse there. Oh no, it's bottlenecked everybody. That's got to be a safety.
No,
car. Oh, no.
Simon!
oh no, and well, that's released Rob from being lapped.
Winner
Tom
in
Alinsky's
that is
profited
Tom.
and nicked both places. Yeah, 2 places for free. I mean, Fleming did the sporting thing and waited for Simon, but
To be fair on Simon, his car did lag. It wasn't.
yeah, it wasn't
Completely.
clean for me there. It did look like he just stopped
Yeah.
So a racing incident.
abruptly.
But the rejoin was dangerous.
The rejoin was
Brilliant.
dangerous, but yeah, unless Matt wants to take any further action, I'd try to leave that, but
But
that's up to him.
as you two both know, this track is so hard. If you make a mistake
Yeah.
and spin, there's nowhere to go, and you've got to reverse your car or you're out.
Fleming, oh no, Fleming just couldn't get the angle right there.
Well, I would have thought Simon took on a lot of damage there.
Yeah, I mean, obviously rear damage especially. I don't think he did. I'm not sure if he grazed the wall when he span back round. But
I don't know that car, that Williams.
Wait,
was a bit of a handful.
sorry guys. Tommy Egan's leading.
whoa,
What
Is he-
happened
is-
to Alex Cooper?
A pit maybe.
yeah, he's pitted. Sorry, yeah.
yeah,
yeah,
but
that's-
did he get damage from Simon when he rejoined
I
the track?
don't think he did. I think he got through quite without a problem. I think Alex was already through when Simon span the car back round, but he's
So
straight on
I
the back
would-
of Tommy.
I would say he's got a pit stop over Tommy.
Yeah, probably.
So
Well,
you
it
just
depends
got to
how
follow
far
him, really.
Tommy can go on these tyres.
Well, Alex is lining up a move here, so.
Yeah. Well, we've already said Alex in qualifying was about a
Well,
second
has Tommy
faster.
got a front wing? Oh yes, he has. That's good graphics.
It's just a very weird front wing on that.
Yeah,
on
that's
that
hard to see
Caterham.
it.
You guys need to be doing these cameras because they're awful.
Yeah.
You can see a lot more than I can.
Monaco's really tough on the cameras, I've noticed.
Yeah.
He's down on his own at the moment.
Very happy.
P3
just,
still.
So we got Tommy Egan and Alex Cooper now fighting, and then they're coming up to lap Miles Dixon, who jumps out the way.
So Fleming again running so close to the back of Simon. Tom Alinsky's just
Simon's
dropped
all
them.
over the place. I
You
think
guys
he's-
keep commentating. I'm just watching the Alex Cooper battle a minute because this is
I think he's
important.
gonna
Because you just had a look at Tommy. He's around the outside going into Casino. And what a move by Alex Cooper to make that stick. I'll do a replay of that one actually.
That's,
You guys need to watch that.
with Miles Dixon just behind lapped as well.
Now we got Simon up on the back of Rob Laurie. Ooh.
Now that's something that makes a champion. You've got a comfortable race with your championship rival not here, and you
Yeah.
put move on
still
like
put
that
that-
for
still
the
put that
lead in
move on.
Monaco.
Quality
think-
move.
I think that's determination to win this championship, Dave.
I think so. He knows this is a good chance. I mean, like you said, Lee, this isn't big evidence from myself because you said it. With myself and Florian not here, this is a perfect chance for Alex to take his first title. And
Well, exactly.
he's grabbing it with both hands.
But you can only beat who you're racing against, can't you? So,
Yeah.
I think Luke will still run him to the end of this. It's a shame he wasn't here to fight him for this win.
Yeah, definitely.
But last few seasons, Alex has been quite a master around this track. He's
Oh
One
yeah,
season-
definitely.
one season he was a second ahead.
Oh, whoa, sorry, Miles has completely destroyed his car. First
Wow,
corner.
yeah, he's upside down,
rolled,
yeah.
Oh, he's back. Rolled it
There's a
back over.
Wheel.
And a wing.
Radek's hit them. I'm not sure if he's got a puncture or
Oh,
not.
and we got a safety car, guys.
Yeah, safety car deployed. I think
Now
Miles
this
just
could,
completely got that wrong.
now as a strategist, this could help Tommy Hagan. He could pit now, come out behind Alex, and not lose too much time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So he's a net winner at this.
see what he
Potentially.
does.
And someone needs to tell Miles that the wheels do not get fixed here because
No.
Well, I think he will have realised. I think being in the chat with Lee,
Well, yeah, I think he would have heard.
that he's still going. So
If it repairs his wheels and not mine, I'm going to inquire for a re-race.
Oh, now what does Alex Cooper do here? Look, he's behind the Miles Dixon and he's overtaken, and that's under a safety car. Is that Dan actually? I'm not sure.
I
Which one
think
that
it was
is.
Dan. I think Alex is already by the first corner
Yeah, it
already.
was.
Alex
Alex
pits
pits again. Yeah.
Well, he's going to go back to the supers, I would have thought.
Yeah, you might as well. It's a free pit stop. So
Yeah.
Tommy's obviously going to pit as well,
Oh,
and Simon
Yeah.
wants to make this race a bit more interesting.
unsafe release from Simon there.
Yeah, he didn't come straight back out. He went straight on, which is weird. And well, I'm just thinking, 42 laps left. Is that roughly about a pit stop? Do we think?
Yeah.
With the
So Alex has gone back to the Super, so he's obviously changed his strategy.
yeah, and looks. Oh gosh, look, see the safety car. He's picked up the leader. Oh gosh, Tom Olinsky just goes straight round the outside.
Now,
Even though
safety
Matt
car
said
says
don't
lap
overtake.
Cars do not overtake. Yeah.
So
exactly,
that might be
Matt.
another licence point there. Don't know what he was thinking there.
Oh,
So
good.
we have Alex still leading and on his preferred choice of tyre, whereas Tommy's on the softs, who may yet have to pit again. But
Yeah,
it's
I
gonna
think he'll have
lose
to.
time, because I would say like the softs are about half a second to a second slower.
Yeah, and with Alex's advantage anyway, that'll
Yeah,
translate to another second on top of that.
His overall lap race pace is superior to most people's.
Yeah,
This
And-
is this is a perfect chance now for Dan Lovett to make it a 1-2 because he's
Yeah.
done his soft run. He's now on the super soft, so he could, if he gets past Tommy quickly, he could easily make this a 1-2 for Mercedes.
He could, but Dave, then we're getting into season 2 territory.
Oh dear,
Remember
yeah,
what-
yeah. That helped me win. So
the last time
actually,
we had,
no, I DNF that race. What the hell? All right.
yeah, the last time we had Alex and Dan together, 1 and 2 at Monaco, was season 2, and we all know how well that went.
Yes.
It's one for the archives.
And there's a safety car.
looks like we're gonna have another lap behind the safety car. In fact, as everyone's scattered all over the place, really.
So, Dave, you've been in this position now. When we go to the restart, what has Dan got to do behind Tommy? How is he going to get the jump on him?
Drive faster.
Well,
Simple.
to be honest
This
with
is
you,
some expert analysis then.
In Dan's position, it's quite hard because he can't react until Alex reacts, and
Yeah. And we know how Alex likes to react on the stage. He just like to bunch them up and then
yeah.
go. So I think Alex has almost got to tell Dan, because obviously they will be in the chat together. I'm not sure if Tommy's in there, but
So, okay then, Dave, you're in Dan's car right now. What are you
Yeah.
thinking?
Well, the main thing I'd be thinking is making sure my fronts are up to temperature and my brakes. Right now, I'll be driving around with the safety car with my brake pedal a third of the way down, so the brakes are nice and warm for the restart.
Right.
And then out of the final corner, I'd make sure I get a wide angle, cut back, and just go as
Yeah.
fast as I can. Hopefully, get alongside Tommy, and then with the warmer brakes and front tires, you can outbrake comfortably. But this is Monaco. You
Yeah.
can't really. And it all depends on when Alex hits that pedal because nobody can react until he goes.
yeah,
I don't know whether everybody's noticed this, but Miles has left the game, so he's obviously his race has run.
Yeah, he lost the wheels. So.
Yeah.
the DNF for Miles, a shame, really.
Do we have Doro back to P4? So
We do.
That's a good recovery from him.
We do indeed, and just behind that, actually, I think Dan Ribbons. That's a quality
He's
result
had a
from Russia.
crazy race, and he's still up there in the points.
Yeah, I think we're going to be going round once more, as I don't think the entire field has caught up sufficiently enough.
We've only got
so-
5 cars at the moment behind the safety car.
Yeah.
4 cars, sorry, I can't count.
Oh yeah, I just seen the group actually was quite far back.
We've got the rest of the group just coming into the swimming pool section.
Simon's got his pit light on as well, so I'm not sure if he's going to actually come in, but I think that'll just prolong the safety car. Though I think he should be able to catch up.
So that'll put everybody back on the lead lap now, with everybody.
I believe so, yeah. And no, Simon doesn't come in, so maybe he's just rested on.
What's happened
Yeah.
to Dan Ribbons there? He's suddenly hit the wall, I thought, and
I might just be the server lagging, and we've had a few.
Well, there's a Ferrari who's just overtaken everyone down the start-finish straight, and now overtaken Alex.
Is that? Oh, it's
is
Rob.
that Rob, yeah.
Yeah, I think he must still be a lap down. Yeah. So I think everyone now is on the lead lap.
Yes, I believe so, Max.
Yeah, and 39 laps of racing to go. So we're around we are half distance.
Yeah, half distance.
So half distance.
It makes you want to cry, doesn't it?
It may.
Carry on, Max.
No. We want to hear your feelings, Lee.
I was going to say I can't believe I actually was racing like a few years ago.
Lee, did you think you reached halfway at this stage
No.
when you was racing? Because
But
when you're racing, it actually does feel like you've done a whole race, and you look
Yeah.
up, it's like lap 10. You're
Well,
like, what?
you guys would know. It's like when we had the first 2 laps in the safety car. I thought we'd done more than 2 laps. It was like that.
Yeah,
It's like,
it's
only
taken
2
so
laps.
long.
And you know how hard it is to like look down at your monitor to see like
Laps.
how many laps you've done, and it's like only 2 laps. Wow.
In all fairness, I've got the HUD, so I look at the top and see how many the lead laps got left, and then I look down at mine and think how many laps I've actually done.
I'm
And
not
think,
that
oh dear.
sophisticated though, Max. It's just a basic R factor HUD for me.
Oh.
Dan Lovett's doing the right thing now. He's getting a lot of temperature into these tyres, and Tommy Hagen, he's not. He's just warming the brakes up.
But that set off a chain reaction for the 2 guys behind him, so they're obviously clicked onto what he's doing.
Yeah. But the important thing is, Tommy's not, Dan is. So if Dan
Yeah.
can stick with Tommy now,
So,
he'll have a good chance. And it looks like Alex is gone now.
and Tommy, I think, stuck onto the
Oh,
back. Oh,
he's
he's got
gone
wide.
too
From
deep.
And that's
Oh,
what I
he's-
was on about. The tyres have got to be warm. And Dan should have a great run. Oh, no, it's actually
No,
dropped
he's not
back into
close
that
enough, I
corner.
think.
But
It's a
But
shame.
in return, he's got Doru right on the back of him. So
through turn 1 they go. Duru locks up a bit and might have a run on Dan Lovett. But they're all through turn 1 nicely. Yes, we are. I mean, poor Rob Laurie's still in the blooming chicane by the tunnel. But
he was oh dear, he was a further back than everybody. Lap
Yeah,
back
he's a
than
further
everybody
lap
else, so-
down. So.
Yeah.
But potentially that's a good thing for him. He's on his own. He can do his own race pace. He ain't got to worry about anybody
Yeah.
trying to overtake him.
And he has got good pace as well. We've seen him up near the top, so he'll be fine, I think.
The negative to that though, Max, he's on the soft tyres. Everybody
Is
else is
he?
on the super.
Nah. Well, I'm surprised he didn't pit in. Get rid of them. Just
Well, we
get them
got-
done.
At the back here, we got a Ferrari sandwich with the Saubers
what place is that, Lee?
for 11th, well 9th, 10th, and 11th.
Close. Fleming, I think. Yeah, Fleming is on the back of Alinsky, and Helbin is right on him. And actually, HRT, Kopiak in 8th.
He's doing well.
Yeah.
But
Doing well.
Have you noticed that Simon's gained out of all that because he was fighting with Fleming and now he's 2 or 3 places ahead of him?
Yeah, he's got it up. Obviously not behind the safety car, but yeah, recently he's come back after his little incident earlier on. So I think he'll want to get past Simon, and I think he'd fancy his chances getting maybe up to 5th place and taking on Dan. But we'll just having said that, Dan Lovett almost had a Rosberg moment there.
Yeah. Ooh.
Completely lost it and goes a bit deep and tags the wall.
That hump there is very tricky. You go over that too fast and you can lose
Yeah.
the car.
It does look quite a handful, even just from our cameras. It looks like a handful. Simon Maltby was trying out in the early laps, and he was going flying.
You know, it's been so long now. I can't believe I even took part in this race. It's like, did I really race? Depressing.
Oh, well, it's entertaining. You know, you get to watch the race with us and
Yeah.
add your opinion on it. As I'm just watching Alex, I want to see the gap on the first lap. It must be
It's 2
huge.
seconds.
Gone. Tommy's not got a prayer, and well, having said that, Dan has got a prayer of keeping up with him at the minute because Tommy's gone. So
And they're both
Doru's-
on the super soft, so it's
Yeah.
not as if they're on the different tyre strategy here.
Daru's not flown away either. Daru's still just in contact with Dan.
Yeah, but Dan's backed off quite a bit, hasn't he?
He has. I'm not sure whether he's just saving his tyres and maybe try. 36 laps is a bit of a stretch, I'd say. Even on the tyres he's on. So
But it's
Whoa, sorry
first few
guys.
laps after the restart, so it's like take it easy, isn't it?
We just had Helbin break too late into the hairpin and hit Rondorf into the wall, but it
Oh dear.
both survived without damage.
Well, talking of Saubers, Alinsky's closed in on Kopiak for 8th and got a run as they come down. Oh, he's going to try around the outside. Brave move.
Wow.
He's made it stick.
Is he
Oh, no, he hasn't.
But is Fleming going to take advance to this, and no, he's
No,
not.
he just.
What a move!
Unlucky there.
What a move!
I think if Fleming was a bit closer after that incident, he might have got both of them.
He might have indeed. I think. Well, if he probably had the drive to get past one of them if it
Is
wasn't
that
for the
Simon without a
defensive
wing
work.
there, guys? Yeah, he's
Yeah, it is,
Yeah,
yeah.
Simon's lost it again.
Where's the wing? Is this a safety car?
I'm not
Why-
sure. I think it's the
If it's a s-
penultimate chicane.
Well, there's
If it's a
another car
safety
just
car.
left the pit in front of Simon. Did they come together?
I don't think they did. No, Doru's way too high up the order for that to have happened. Doru must have had. Doru, I think, was coming in for a scheduled stop anyway. Surprised they didn't take into the safety car. In all fairness,
we
But
got
Doru was fighting with Dan, so I don't know if
Dan-
they
yeah,
came
he's-
together.
Doru's now down in 10th place, which is.
oh dear.
I don't know.
And,
I don't know whether that's part of his strategy, but I'm surprised he didn't take the pit stop during the safety car period. But never mind.
And we got the three guys with the Ferraris and the Sauber and the HRT battling again here.
Yeah, it looks like the closest battle is Alinsky just seems to pull away from them. Kopiec will now come under pressure from Fleming and is it Redek? Yeah, Redek.
And this is all letting Tom go, so he's
Yeah.
pulled out a few car lengths now.
And he'll want to close in on Simon Maltby now, who's all on his own in 5th place. Dan Ribbons. Well, race he's had up into 4th
Oh,
now.
yeah.
What a race so far.
Tops of Dan's.
Yeah.
I think he's dropping back. Alex has got traffics of Rob Lowry now, so that'll slow his gain prematurely, and he's got past now. So
But now that Tom's got past the HRT, he can now close in on Simon Maltby in the caterer.
Oh, sorry, Simon spun into the pit lane.
oh,
He's still going. He's still going.
Oh dear.
that's-
He will not be happy.
no, he won't be at all. He's standing out the points now, and quite a way behind. Who's in 10th? Doru after his pit stop. So
Yeah.
That was a strange call to come in that
it
late.
was. So he, as I said that previous, bit long to do a full stint on those tyres. So I don't know. Maybe he had damage or something. Because this is a very weird time to come in for a pit stop.
I've noticed Dan's lost a lot of time now to Tommy Hagen.
Yeah, he just doesn't have the pace. He's struggling
Yeah.
out there.
Yeah, we saw in qualifying that he was about. I think he was another half second behind Tommy, who was obviously a second behind Alex.
Well, if he's
so-
not careful, he could get caught by Dan Ribbons here.
Yeah, I mean, you only want to take it easy, because having said that, we only just passed halfway in this race, so cruising around, thinking you've got 3rd place sewn up is
Yeah.
Oh,
Not
the Sauber
the-
just hit the wall up the hill then.
Yeah, well, Klinsky
Lucky
getting
to say
wide.
that.
I have to say,
Oh,
though, I'm pretty impressed
Kopiec's
that
gonna be wide.
pretty impressed that Tommy Egan's only 3.6 behind Alex at this point.
Yeah, that is
Uh,
pretty good going, isn't it? Considering Alex has been quite dominant. But what would you say that's down to, Dave? The restart, or Alex just not getting back up to speed, he's lost his comfort zone?
Well, Alex obviously got the pace he doesn't need to push, but
Yeah,
I can't see their lap times. But obviously, Tommy might also be settled into a rhythm now. He's been pretty quick all weekend, so
yeah. I mean, yeah. Alex doesn't have to push, does he? Really? I think
Saying that,
if he
just
needs to
gained a
push,
second.
he's got the second gap. If he needs to pull, second lap faster in qualifying. If he needs to pull time out, he can.
Yeah.
So
But
I don't think he won't be too concerned, really.
Oh, sorry, Kopiec's just binned it.
Oh,
and,
yeah,
the Ferrari's
yeah,
lost it
Fleming.
as
Oh,
well.
they're all falling off the track here.
Fleming's has he
It
lost a
isn't
tyre?
raining, is it?
Oh, no, there's a few cars with no wheels there.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh!
there's going to be. Wow.
That has to be a safety car, doesn't it?
Yeah, that should be a safety car, but
Well, there's a
Wow.
wheel rolling down the track there.
yeah.
No
I'm gonna-
movement from Matt.
So I'm going to film
Nothing.
this wheel. You guys talk.
Yeah, it's out of the way. In all fairness, unless there's something else on the track.
There's a lot of wings and wheels. And
If there's
Uh.
one race you want to finish, that's this one, because the chance of points is just unbelievable. It's just keeping it on the track and not crashing. And
Yeah.
that's easy for me to say, because I'm out. I think I could have been on the podium, but we'll never know.
But if you didn't follow Arjan's lines, you would have been alright.
Yeah, I just got. It's one of those, isn't it? You get distracted by somebody else's
You get
crashes.
sucked in a lot here
Yeah.
more than any other track, yeah. Wow. So Tommy's dropped to 5.1 after we bragged him up. Dan Lovett's still falling back. Actually, Dan Ribbons is catching Daniel Lovett at this point.
He
Bun and
is.
Maltby is in a clear P5, so good points for Caterham, both in the top 5 at this point.
Tom
Very
Malinsky's
good.
still holding on to him though. Oh, he's
Yeah,
committed to the
he's in the
pits.
pit now, yeah. So maybe anticipating a safety car with all those crashes. Do with Stoica P7. Sorry, you guys might have to round out the top 10 for me because my screen's going mad.
Tom's in 7th, Malinsky. Simon's in P8 at the moment. Fleming's P9. Kopiak is P10 and Rob P11, and that's your lot. We've only got 11 runners. So after all the incidents,
And don't forget, Max, we started with 19 of them.
we did start with. Well, that's not too bad going considering it's
Exactly.
Monaco.
Lee, I don't think we've ever had a season where we've had more than 5 finishers in OGL in
No.
Monaco.
Well, if you go back to season 2 or 3, there was only like 3 finishers.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's all down to this track. It's just such a tough track.
yeah.
And
Like
we'll-
like we've said, one mistake, you're gone potentially. But I suppose that's better than having a track where you can just fly off.
I think
one foot.
Alex is starting to eke out a bit more of an advantage. He's got 6-second lead now.
Radek has just left the game, so that's his retirement
Well,
confirmed.
he lost to Will Max that wasn't going to fix. So
Yeah, so that's a shame for him because he was in the points and going pretty well, I'd say. Shame for him.
Doru's in P6.
Yeah, he's moved up.
Catching Simon, actually.
Which Simon is that? Simon Maltby?
Simon Maltby, yeah. We've got
Yeah.
Simon Crane in P8. So after all the crashes and the spins he's had, he's still in the points. And still ahead of Fleming.
Got to keep it going. I think that's the most crucial thing now. 29 laps to go. Want to keep going now, knowing that potentially can have some points come your way. With 11 runners, everyone who's finishing now, besides I think Rob Lowry and P11, will be getting points.
Oh my god, I think that's Oklinski out of turn 1.
Yeah, and Kopiak's involved as well. Kopiak's got 3 wheels. I think we may be seeing a safety car.
Yeah, Kopiak it was.
Yeah,
It
there's a
was turn
front wing
1.
on the track, yeah, and wheel. Kopiak
Oh.
definitely involved.
As a side note, Alex was just about to come up and lap Simon Crane then, so that's helped Simon a little.
It looks like Kopiak just lost his brakes, so there wasn't no stopping power going into turn 1. But
Just a shout out to Rob Laurie, who is now in P10. He's had an awful race, and he's now in P10. So well done, Rob.
oh look at it, Alex Cooper following in Simon Crane in the pit lane. Is there a safety car, guys?
Yes, there is.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah, everyone's jumping in. So Alex Cooper's obviously got his prime tyres out the way,
And we've got Tommy Hagan coming in as well, Dave, and he's gone to the super, not the super softs, but the softs.
wow, interesting. Simon Crane comes out in front of Alex Cooper. That'll be interesting as they form up behind the safety car. Oh, he'll be allowed to go, won't he?
Yeah.
Boring.
Yeah, there he goes. So he'll come on to the back of that train still in P9. So
So yet again, Dan Lovett will get a chance on the. Oh, Dan Lovett's now switched to the softer tyre as well.
and we got Dan Robbins in behind him. So what's he going to? He's gone to the softs.
Spurs are just trying to get out of the way now. I think if you can, I don't think 28. Well, I don't know actually. 28 laps, is that a stretch?
Yeah, that's fine on these tyres.
Out of all that, it's Doru that is gained because he's up to P3.
P3, and I think done softs if I'm correct.
He's on the super softs.
He's
so
on
He will need to pit again. He's not going to last the whole race
Yeah,
for that.
so Dan's potentially Dan should get back really if we're we'll be racing anyway. So he might even overtake him. But the lead, just looking at Alex and Tom leading the way, 28 laps. When do we think they're going to be pitting for their final stops? Because you obviously could take the risk now and come in and just sort it, or do you wait? I think if obviously if one of them comes in, I think you could probably see the other one.
I think that's Lee Miller should answer that one, as he's been driving this weekend.
Oh, I wouldn't know.
But despite all the mayhem in this race, what it has been, Alex Cooper's still leading the race and not had any trouble so far, with 28 laps remaining. I would love to talk more, but these cameras are just poor at the moment. I can't see a thing.
Now, has Alex made a mistake here, going back to the super softs again, whereas Tommy's gone for the soft?
It depends. When did Tommy put those tyres on? Is he just chemicals?
Just now, yeah.
Well, Tommy will make him last. I'm not sure about 27 on the super soft. That's definitely probably considered a stretch.
So we're looking at Alex is obviously thinking, I need to get a 20-second lead and pit again.
Yeah. Well, he's probably capable of doing that.
Could he and Mercedes made a mistake here by not going with the same tyre?
Well, I don't know. Maybe he's chancing his bets that Dan will be able to get through past Doro and then hold up Tommy, but
I can't see that happening. I think with Doro on the supers, I don't think Dan's going to be able to do that and get onto the back of Tommy.
To be honest, if we're saying that Alex can pull out a second a lap, how much do we need for a pit stop
He
here?
needs at least 25.
25 I worked out on the last pits.
It depends. When did Alex just came in the pits?
Yeah.
So he'll be on the fresh tyres. So
whoa, that Ferrari was close to it.
Yeah.
Exactly. He nearly went into the back of something.
He should be able to make them last near enough, almost pit on the last lap.
That's a bit risky, though, isn't it?
I suppose it is a risk, but
he doesn't have to push with his pace, though.
Yeah,
he could look after him.
We've seen in qualifying he's got a second over Tommy if he desperately needs it, which in this situation he probably will, because another safety car potentially will harm Alex depending on if he can get in or not.
So are we looking at that Tommy's strategy and thinking now? I'll go with these and hope for another safety car.
I don't know. I think knowing Monaco, you've always got to presume there's going to be a safety car. There's always going to be another one. You've always got to consider that.
So then, if you're Alex, you're thinking, I've got the outright pace, so I'll try and build up a gap before we get a safety car if it comes to that.
Yeah. But then, if there is another safety car, he's blown it, hasn't he? Surely.
Well, potentially, yeah. If he can get in the pits before the gap's shortened significantly enough. Obviously, if he elects to wait a lap, which would be completely stupid, then that gap is gone and he would lose positions. But if the safety car gets called and he's right by the pit entry, that's not going to cause him too many issues.
And I believe the safety car is in this lap, guys.
It is. So we'll be back racing with the 10 runners. We have 9 of them in the pack, and there's P10 is still making its way round. So I think he'll be missed off the end, unfortunately.
So to put it simply, the restart, there'll be 25 laps remaining. If Alex's tyres can go to the end, he'll have to get a second a lap, plus a couple more to be safe, over Tommy to win this race.
I'm not sure they will, because they're 12, 15 laps you can probably get out of them, at best.
Yeah. Tommy and Dan Lovett can go to the end for sure. Unless they pit under another safety car. So Alex Cooper needs a second a lap over the top 4 to be able to win this race.
So Dave, do you think Alex has made a mistake here?
No. I reckon he's easily got the pace. He's got the second a lap in his pocket. Plus Tommy's on the slower tyre. So as long as Alex don't make a mistake, he's got it. He'll be fine. But it's just the risk putting yourself under that pressure of building that gap. And he could build that gap, and then with 5 laps to go, there might be another safety car, and it'll
Well,
ruin that lead. So
if you're a Tommy now, I've got nothing to lose, so I'll just throw these on and see what happens.
exactly, Tommy and Dan are just thinking, let's get the car to the end with no more stops.
Tommy's got a really good run.
That is a
actually.
very
Yes.
good one. Yeah.
Well, I think Tommy's just got to keep in touch, make sure that Alex doesn't pull out a second a lap, which is what he needs really. To as I said, that look at that, he's
He's
probably
already
almost
pulling away, isn't he?
pulled away. So, although to be honest, really, I don't really think Tommy's going to expect to be able to keep on the back of Alex. I think he's just got to do his best to keep in touch.
Run
Yeah.
your own race now, isn't it?
It is.
Exactly, yeah. So
Thanks for
yeah,
that.
let's do a rundown of who we've got left. It's Alex Cooper leading. Tommy Egan in the Caterham still P2 after a drive-through penalty. Duro Stoica is third. Dan Lovett fourth now in the ladies. Dan Ribbons is fifth. Simon Maltby is P6 with Oklinski P7. Rondorf is all over the back of him in P8 with Simon Crane somehow still in this race in P9. And your last runner, Rob Laurie, in P10. So everyone that finishes now will score a lovely point. But it's the full 25 points at the moment. That is Alex Cooper's, and after one racing lap, Alex Cooper 2 seconds
Whoa.
quicker than Tommy Egan. So yeah, Alex should be
He's
fine.
already
So
flying
has
away.
Alex done the right thing and stayed on the super softs?
That's it, yeah. This
Well, I
is
think
what we're going to be asking all night.
he'd back himself. No offense to Tommy, I think he'd back himself to pull a gap on most people in the field. So
Yeah. Well, it's confidence. Alex knows he's quick. He knows he's got a good car. He's leading the championship. You know, maybe for him, he felt it was more of a risk going on the softer tyre as they've
Maybe.
got less grip. So, you know, he didn't want to take the risk of binning it with the less grip through the swimming pool section, trying to hold the back end. So, yeah,
And we've got Simon on the back of Dan Ribbons here, so Maltby.
yeah, we've got another train building
It's
for
been-
P6.
It's been quite close, these 4 or 5 drivers here. They've been quite equal on pace.
Yeah, they have. Yeah.
and surprisingly enough, Simon Crane still there. With all the problems he's had in
Oh,
ninth place, he almost loses it
We
there.
know he wasn't there, but yeah.
Well, another incident, but he's got a real chance here. If he can keep on the back of these, he could potentially move up to 5th if he moves past all of them. And Alex Cooper's just on the fastest lap of the race, so
Yeah.
Well, that blows my
13-2.
theory out of the water, doesn't it?
well, we've
We're only a
always got to
second
think.
faster than Tommy.
We've always got to think if Tommy was going to be able to pull on Alex, and if Alex was just going to take it easy. But I think we can safely say that Alex is, regardless of the situation, Alex is going to push 100%.
And Simon Maltby's having a right race here. He's right on the back of Dan Ribbons now.
Yeah, we've got a Dan train going on now.
Yeah.
For,
I mean, Dan's
Ooh.
Stanley happy enough to be up in 5th place.
That's so dangerous going over that bump there. He's probably lost time and a bit of momentum.
momentum.
Indeed.
Well, I suppose if you don't cover that, if you don't follow the line of the driver in front of you, you're always going to be able to stick your nose around the outside of that corner. Because obviously they're going to cut across you. But if you're level with them, they can't cut back across. So
That's right. Yeah.
if you do stay on, if you've got enough momentum as it is starting, if you go over the curb, then they can't just cut back across and take the racing line because you're there. So it's a risk that Simon's obviously clearly willing to take.
Lee,
Tom's-
can you sorry Max, Lee, could you explain how you've coped with the change in era, I suppose, in these F1 cars with the turbo engines? How are you finding it?
Actually, I'm finding it a lot more drivable than any other season we've done before.
Right.
It's just, yeah, it's fun to drive. I will say that. Like, without in seasons gone by, we've always had, say, like ABS braking and things like that, and since that's been removed, you're just hoping that the grip of the car will help you. And removing all the aids now, you don't really notice it because the cars are that good on the track.
Right.
Although, like tracks like Monaco, it is a lot tougher, but all in all, I think it's really good. I didn't think I'd be able to cope with it myself because I'm one of those who sometimes moans if I don't go right. But you know, I thought a lot more people would be struggling without a lot of the aids on, and Matt turned them all off now, and it's like you don't even notice they're off, to be honest. Matt's
Do
done a
you
good job.
find it's bringing out more quality in the field without the aids on?
I think it's made it a bit closer. I don't know whether you felt the same, Dave.
Well, from a commentator's point of view, it does look a lot better racing-wise, yeah.
Yeah.
But you guys are the ones racing. I don't know what you think.
Yeah, I think it's some of the tyre compounds are a bit tough to get used to.
Yeah.
But other than that, I think it's going really well. I'm really pleased with how it's going. It's just a shame that I'm not on the pace.
It'll happen one day, Lee. Just remember Budapest, you led a lap.
I did indeed. I just want to point that out. I did lead a lap in Budapest.
A lot of people can't say that yet. There's only a nice few that have done it. So.
And I've been a constructors champion, so I just want to put that out there.
Yeah, Lee, can I just ask, who was your teammate then?
Well, some guy called David Fiduk, but you
all
know.
right. He sounds good.
Oh, he was good back in his day, but I don't think he's good no more. I think he's over the hill now.
You just want me back. That's what it is.
Are you interested?
Oh! Oh!
21 laps left.
That won't go in the rumour mill, by the way.
Yeah, right. Anyway, it's gone quiet. So Maltby then is still all over Dan Ribbons. I'll talk about the racing now. What is it now? 20 laps to go. Yep, lap 58. Dan Lovett. Let's have a look at him because his pace I was interested in earlier. He's falling back from Stoica.
But you got to remember, Dory's still on the super softs, so,
Yeah.
and still has to pit. So
Yeah, he didn't pit, did he, under that safety car? So it could be Mercedes' first double podium. Yeah, as well, Lee. Your thoughts on Ferrari? I was saying to Max that obviously Ferrari are the most successful team in OGL.
yeah,
You know, they've had pretty strong drivers pretty much every season apart from the custom seasons, but this season they're struggling a bit, aren't they?
yeah. Well, as we know, Dave, like different seasons, things and change. Drivers move on. Like Florian's decided like he needed a new challenge, and he's left the team in good hands. But you're looking for that standout super fast driver, and I just think everybody's gotten so equal now that it's just difficult.
Yeah.
You've only got like one or two, like Alex is one of those drivers that can just pull the time out of the bag, and you think, how the hell has he done it? And you're thinking, well, why can't I match that? And it's just difficult. And I just think that Ferrari are just having one of those transitioning seasons.
Just like poor old Man United.
Yeah, but good times ahead though, Dave.
Yeah, we'll see. Oh, Lee, as you're a fan, I might as well tell you, 9 days till Big Brother. So there you go.
I did read that.
Max, you're not a fan, are you? I guess.
Big Brother.
Yeah.
No. Not really.
Lee will turn you at some point.
What, into liking it or not liking it?
You're the one turning him. You decide.
Okay, Max, you must like Big Brother.
Okay.
Look at that. He's a fan already.
Not very convincing.
That was easy, you know.
The magic powers of the Miller.
Anybody who's tuning in is tuning in right now. We're talking about F1, not
Big
Big
Brother.
Brother.
We're having a
really.
little social.
Well, actually, I'm going to find a live stream of Big Brother and put it on this stream instead of the race. Right, so let's have a look at Alex's situation. And 18 laps remaining. He's got a 7.5 second lead. So he's well on target to get his advantage over Tommy. Obviously, when he comes out of the pits, he'll be on the fresher tyres anyway.
Now, has Dory pitted because Dan's shot up to P3?
If he has, I've missed it. And looks
Dory's
like
leaving
he's
the
now
pits
coming
now.
out. So interesting. He did basically a Felipe Massa today, isn't it? And they'd and he's crossed the pit line by a mile there. So maybe a drive-through coming for Duru as well.
And Simon is actually up to P6 now.
No.
So,
Really?
Wow!
Simon Crane is 6th place after all he's been through this race.
Now, is he driver of the day for some strange reason? Because to be up to P4 or 5, then drop down to last, then back up to wherever he was now into P5. Well, P6, shall I say.
Well, I can safely say he's probably the most angry, and Fleming's retired.
Oh, talking about Ferrari, they're not having a good time at the moment, are they?
No, he's pits. I think he's got a pit or something and he's not worked.
Now, apparently, we've got some breaking news.
Ooh.
Take it away, Matthew.
Well, I was going to be breaking news, but I've realised it's already happened, so it doesn't really matter.
Matt, get out. Go.
It was
No,
about
go.
Dan's strategy, but it's already happened. Oh no, it hasn't happened. Yeah, Dan's really. Anyway, yeah, Dan was really frustrated on his tyres. He really wanted to get on the supers, but now Duru's gone onto the super soft now, so it looks like Dan needs to respond really quickly. So
Dan Ribbons or Dan Lovett?
Oh, Dan Lovett, sorry. Dan Lovett was losing time to Duru. He really wants his podium. He really needs to get the Mercedes up there. And he's on the softs. Duru was on the super softs and he was just falling back. But now, Duru pitted before him, so Duru's going to get that undercut. And it's going to pull even further ahead. So Dan needs to ditch these softs pretty quickly.
In terms of drive-throughs for cutting the pit line, do you do that after the race, Matt, or
It's
during?
not drive-throughs, it's license points.
Okay,
get
because I've
license
seen
points.
quite a few do it, so you're going to have fun after the race.
Need
looking at replays.
to give me a note of who they are so I can check them out.
Not on air? I'll be
No,
bullied.
not publicly, of course. Anyway, but yeah.
Like, they're
Yeah.
cheating! No.
So that was the big news that Dan's going to ditch the soft soon and go and set a supers to hopefully jump Duru, but Duru's already pitted. Sorry, a hiccup.
Yeah.
Well,
I'd hate to say it, but Doru's strategy's kind of going up in the air at the minute.
It's getting
He's stuck
held
behind
up by
Simon.
Simon, yeah.
Matt, can you tell us, does Alex have to pit again? Will these supers last?
I reckon he will have to pit again because he said to me supers last about 15 laps.
Oh,
We had
So-
this debate, didn't we, Dave?
we
Yeah.
did, yeah.
So he'll
Because
have-
we're thinking Tommy's going to win this.
Oh yeah, I didn't realise Tommy. I wonder if Tommy will have to pit again or not.
Well, he went on to the soft, so I brought this up, by the way, so you can, you know...
What's the gap? What's the gap?
I don't want to say I'm good
I
or
haven't
anything, but-
got any live feed because my laptop crashed. So what's the gap?
It'd be around
It's
10
8.7 at the moment.
Ooh, yeah,
And
that's very interesting. I didn't
16
realise Tommy
laps
had
to
done
go.
that.
I don't know what the softs can do. Can they do about 30?
I reckon Tommy doesn't have to pit again.
He doesn't. I wouldn't have
No.
thought so, Matt. So my strategy call was a good one.
That's very interesting. So Alex might have to do his overtaking on the track.
I'm just
Well,
going to
he
keep
put-
on about my great
Imagine
strategy
he
call.
has to do some overtaking.
He's already pulled off one world-class move today, so...
When was that?
Did you not see it? He passed Tommy Egan around the outside of
Oh,
Massimo.
so if he's done it once, he can do it again? He's got some traffic up ahead. Anyway, I'm not the commentator today, so do you need me for anything else?
I'm
Ask
the
me any other
commentator, but these two have been doing so good, I'm just doing the cameras now. So.
questions? Alright, fair enough.
Well, I'm
Is
just
Lee
going to keep...
actually half decent for a change?
He's doing good, yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Hey,
He hasn't randomly walked away mid-conversation or anything, has he?
No, Alex
Not
is
yet.
being incredibly held up, which is not what he needs right now because Tommy Hagen, he needs the advantage over Tommy Hagen.
Yeah, they need to let him through.
Same situation with Doru. Doru is still behind Simon. He's losing so much time. But Dan, I think...
Oh,
Well,
Alex
to cut
cuts the
that-
corner
ooh.
to Oh, Alex, you'll have to let
He
that
will
back
not
through.
be happy
Nah,
there,
he
Alex.
doesn't. He doesn't have to let him back through. They're lap cars. They were in the wrong not letting him through. So a bit naughty from Alex, but nothing will be done about that.
Obviously, he needs to push. Cause,
He's feeling the pressure.
He's
Yeah,
definitely
under the-
feeling the pressure. You'll probably get a little warning about that. Oh, my laptop crashes again. But
Yeah, but
think
he's still gaining an advantage over Tommy, Matt. That's,
Yeah.
You know, Tommy's obviously not cut the corner, and they're both fighting.
yeah, but don't you think he lost too much time anyway? So it sort of balances
But
out because at
That's
the end of
Monaco,
the day,
though, isn't it?
But at the end of the day, they should have let him through at the tunnel, and they didn't. So
But
it's
yeah, but
swings
Tommy's
and
going to lose that
roundabouts.
time as well.
Well, it
You know,
depends
they,
what happens
They
if
both
they
go
da-
through the same stages
Well,
of
we've
lapping.
got-
They're already
He's
out
got
of his
Dora
way,
on the
aren't they?
outside of Simon Crane in the tunnel.
Oh,
Oh, he's gone wide.
playing into Dan's hands, Mercedes' hands. He'll be really happy to know that Simon's holding Doru up. I'm sure Simon will be telling Dan exactly what's happening. They're all in the same chat
should,
together.
Should Dan get in the pits now and change tyres, or...?
Not sure, I think he's still going. Might as well if he's... I think obviously knowing Simon's going behind. Go for as long
Pretty
as he
intense
can.
battle between these two.
Yeah. As Alex the gap, does it?
It's not enough. I don't think
Not
Alex has got
enough.
enough.
He's
Not
in
enough at the moment.
He's in the pit stop window.
He is in the pit stop window. I don't think you want to pit though now at the moment. He might even go penultimate lap and do it if he can make the tyres last that long.
He might be
A
able to
good-
do it towards the end.
A good strategy from Tommy could hand him this race.
Yeah,
Anyway,
Tommy's...
guys, I'm going to jump up and see if there's any more news. If there is, I'll let you know.
Okie dokie.
Tommy's just looking past these.
Oh, look at Simon and Doru now. Oh, nice move from Doru.
Oh, he's flipped him.
That's a tough one.
I didn't see that close enough to see what happened, but
that was Doru on the inside trying to get by. You can't really blame Simon for that. He was just trying to keep his line.
well, I think that's handed third place to Dan as he is in the pits now. So I presume he would have heard that.
Yeah. We also forget that Dan
Would
Ribbons
have heard
now.
that. And
Dan's got to get ahead of Dan Ribbons here. Now Ribbons is just onto the pit straight.
no, that's definitely not
where
going to
is-
happen.
Where's Dan Lovett?
Dan Ribbons is through, and Simon Maltby is through as well. So I'm presuming they have to pit again, or
I would
will
have thought
not
so.
make the tyres last.
And just like Matt said, that Dan has switched to the super softs.
Yeah, and here's Doru coming over the start-finish line now. He's now obviously miles behind after that incident with Simon.
Maltby has to pit again, but Dan Ribbons is on the sauce. He might not have to.
Oh,
I don't. Maybe Dan Lovett didn't know, but he was too busy thinking about Doru that he didn't think what Dan Ribbons was up to. But he's probably got enough time to close the gap. I mean, no offense to Dan Ribbons, but he's not got the. I don't think he's got the pace on Dan at the moment.
no,
We'll
but
have
he has
to
track
see.
position though, Matt.
He does have track position, and passing around Monaco is no easy feat. But we know Dan likes this track. We know the Mercedes and Alex. That setup will be very fast anyway, as he's already on the back of Simon Maltby. And he's just
but
got
silly mistake. Oh, what a good move there.
Yeah, Simon, I think, just misjudged the corner and just went a bit too far.
To be honest though, I think Simon was being clever there. It's like I'm not as fast as Dan.
Yeah,
I'll let
there's
him
no
go.
point fighting him. So, yeah, we'll have to wait and see if the two Dans can conjure up a battle as Kopiec and Olinsky finally leave the game. So, had enough of watching.
It is cruel mind, isn't
It is quite frustrating just sat there when you know that you can't race anymore.
And you're thinking, oh, I could have been in P5, or I could have been in P4. It's so. Oh, we got Alex in the pits.
Yeah, Alex and Simon in the pits. So Alex pits from the lead. Where is Tommy? He's coming
onto
round the back now. Alex is on his way. Here we go.
So here we have Tommy Hagen onto the pit straight.
Tommy's got it by a mile.
Alex is still in the. Oh, has Alex lost the race here?
I don't know. 11 seconds. We'll have to see what the gap is because we know he can pull back a second a lap.
We've got a race on here, guys.
We have got a race on, and it's shaping it well. I think the gap looks to be around. I haven't got timings where I.
It's about 6 seconds.
Is this the first driver apart from Luke and Alex that's led a race now?
I believe it is, Dave.
And he could win it.
And he could
Dave,
win it
interesting.
indeed.
Dave, you're Tommy Hagen right now. What do you do?
Try.
What's going through your mind?
Poo yourself, change your underwear, and then try and concentrate.
But what if you can't change your underwear?
I think you just gotta forget about Alex. You just gotta drive your own race.
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't. Obviously, I think there's no point in him pushing 100% because Alex is gonna catch up.
Yeah.
He's just gotta keep going and just consistency.
But do you think
Alex can close a second a lap. He's 7 seconds behind. Sorry, 6.8 behind now. So he's going to catch up with 3 or 4 laps to go.
And just
there's wings on the
wow,
on the
yeah,
pit straight.
wing. Someone's had a big crash.
yeah, it's Doru. It's Doru. He's lost
this
his front
could
left.
ruin
Oh no! It's gave Tommy Hagen a puncture. He hit the front wing.
Oh no!
Is it?
Tommy
You
Hagen
sure? We
hit the
sure?
front wing. Yeah.
No, you sure it doesn't look that damaged where from my position.
Yeah,
Oh, no,
Tommy
yeah, I
Hagen
can see it
got
now,
a
yeah.
Puncture, yeah. Oh,
He
what a
hit
shame!
Doru's front wing out of the last corner.
Oh, he's
Yeah, that's-
damaged now. Yeah,
That's run
that's
his race.
such a shame.
Oh, Alex, but does Alex realise this though? He's come.
Yeah,
on.
he's seen the smoke from a mile back. Yeah.
Well, he
needs
just needs to dive down the inside. I think he knows that he's going to pit.
But here's the problem now. Alex could. Oh, he's managed to get it okay.
Yeah,
It's
he's
one of
fine.
those situations that you could try and make the dive and mess it all up.
And point out the two Dans are now going at it for the final podium position.
Well, this would be for a
Whoa, this is the
1-2.
battle on here. Oh, Dan Lovett almost clipped the barrier then.
If Dan can get this, it would be a Mercedes 1-2.
Well, potentially, it could be because Tommy's still struggling. He's only just got to the swimming pool.
I
So-
think Tommy might just come out just ahead of them.
Where is
Yeah,
he? Let's have a
I
look.
think the gap should be big enough. It just depends how much time it takes.
I think Tommy may just retain second place here.
Yeah, he will. You're right, Lee. Yeah,
That's such
that's
a
quite a
shame.
big gap. Oh, here comes Dan Lovett. Then look at this exit of the tunnel. He's going to try around the outside.
I think he's just trying to position himself for this next
And we've
straight.
Dan Levitt on the fresher and the faster tyres here.
Dan's ribbons won't let him have that.
No, Dan Ribbons is a Wiley character. He won't be passed easily.
Yeah, and Tommy Hagen is now just leaving the pit, so he will retain second.
Oh, I'm on a roll tonight with predictions.
Dan looking like Dan Lovett. Good run.
You should have it.
Let's
now,
have a
you
look.
should have it.
Great run here.
Oh, he's
But we've
chosen the outside.
But
No,
Dan
he has to
Ribbons
go
has
on
got
the
the
inside.
inside line.
Got to go down the inside there. There's no way you're going to be able to get through the outside there unless you're already level before that kink.
Okay, Dave, there's pressure on Dan Levitt here. He knows he wants his second place. You know, what do you do?
He's not going to get second.
Oh,
Tommy, yeah, he's
Lovett's-
going to get third though.
through.
And that was actually a very good move from Dan. Very
Oh,
good
yeah.
move.
I
Great
forgot-
exit and going into whatever the corner's called. La Baba. So yeah, what's the gap now to Tommy? They're both on fresh rubber, so I can't see Dan catching Tommy.
Tommy
So
Hagen.
that's probably the top three now, barring any more incidents.
But
But
great.
still, a
8
solid
laps to
race
go,
though
you
from
never
Dan
know.
Ribbons. What is it? Maltby still P5, so strong points for Caterham this race. Simon Crane somehow is P6.
And we've got Rob Loy up to P7, Dave.
Yeah, P7.
After
yeah.
all the races he's had.
Duru is. Oh, he's out
It's
of the
only
race.
seven racers.
Seven cars.
racing.
Wow. Well, that's Monaco for you.
well, it could get worse. We never know.
Tommy Hagen's now dropping back 31 seconds behind Alex.
I
and
think
it's-
he realises that it's cost him his first victory.
Yeah, he must be so gutted under that helmet. I mean, in with a chance of winning, all he had to do is look after his tyres and
Yeah,
try and
I mean-
get to the end. And
Well, you've had races, Dave, where you feel like you should have had the victory and it's just been snatched from you, so it can't be that fun.
it depends on the race. I mean, I remember this race I did with Matt Harvey, a rival from season 3. We were in Turkey, and it was 20 laps to go under the safety car. I pitted for tyres when the safety car went in, because at the time we weren't allowed to pit under the safety car. So the safety car went in, I pitted for fresh tyres to the end, and he stayed on the old tyres, and his tyre went flat and blew as he crossed the line to win the race.
I
And I was
remember
1
that.
second behind, and I was like, wow, that should have been mine. But it was such a good race, that race, catching Harvey and the battle we had early on in the race. So, I wasn't too disappointed.
But for
But,
Tommy, is that
yeah,
a
for Tommy-
psychological blow, or did he
I
think,
don't know. If I was Tommy, I'd be so happy with P2 and surviving Monaco. To be able to do it here than any other race is a big achievement. So if I was Tommy right now, I'd be really happy with what I've done for today, and especially considering his teammates P5, they're going to be getting big points today.
well, this is Simon Maltby's best race of the season as well, wasn't it? So,
Yeah.
Gosh,
And Dan Lovitz.
you've also got to
Hang on.
factor in.
Oh no! He's spun. He's lost his wing.
No, oh no, Dan, is he
Dan!
falling through the track there?
He's had this so easy. He
Oh,
just had to
no.
cruise to the end.
Would you
Oh.
risk it and go without the front wing for 3 laps, 6 laps?
Will he be allowed?
I wouldn't have thought that car would be able to do this without a wing.
No, he's put his pit light on.
Dan Lovett. That was such an easy drive to the end, and he spins.
What is it with Dan and not? Does he not want to finish?
I was just about to say actually, for Tommy, it's unfortunate that that's happened to him, but it's not exactly through driver error. It's purely
Exactly.
through him hitting a front wing.
Well,
Yeah.
that's arriving on the incident to your own. Well, it's one of those, isn't it?
Yeah,
You're
he
the
just-
first to arrive there, unfortunately.
Yeah, and having said that, on Dan's part,
Now we've got Simon Maltby coming up as well, so Dan might lose a few places here.
Yeah, he'll definitely lose out. He'll down to 5th, and Simon's only in the
I
tunnel.
will say though, Alex might have the win and pole, but Tommy Egan's just done the fastest lap of the race.
Wow.
Well, he can
Which
certainly
shows
show he
you
hasn't given up. Even with
Yeah.
6 laps left, he's not given up.
Well, he's probably thinking you just don't know what's going to happen here.
No, you don't. I mean, we just thought that Dan had got the podium sewn
Yeah.
up and sorted, and he's just put it in the wall.
What
So-
helped?
Oh, and Dan's gonna have points on his license because he just crossed that pit lane like too.
Well,
Wait.
that's
Line.
frustration though, Dave, isn't it?
That is,
Yeah.
yeah. Isn't it crazy though how when things go right for you, you know, look at all the incidents and safety cars and crashes this race, and not one scratch on Alex's car.
He's been perfect,
You know,
hasn't he?
but when it goes bad for you, you know, it's like every lap you're like, why me? You know.
Wow, Dan would probably be saying that under his helmet.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think we'll be getting an interview with him at the end. I can safely say that.
Well, he's still P5.
Still P5, but
And that's more points than what Lotus are going to get here this week, so...
Exactly. Yeah.
it is true. But I think deep down, I think he'll know that Alex will be, I think, on his back, saying, "Why did you not get
Oh,
second?"
definitely. Alex would be very unhappy, but that's Alex, isn't it?
Yeah, it is Alex. I think. Well, he'd almost would be better off with just another version of him as a teammate, because I think that's the only thing that will probably satisfy
Clone
him.
himself.
Because he does want, you know, to find someone who is that vast and that committed is very, very difficult. Not saying Dan's not committed at all, because you know he tests a lot. So unfortunate this season with, you know, mishaps, issues. You know, it's such a shame because you know he's got the potential to be fighting with Alex for the title if he can just, you know, get rid of the issues that have plagued him.
Yeah.
But on the plus side, we have Dan Ribbons up to P3 now, so he's done a great job.
What
Yeah,
a
I think-
drive from Dan Ribbons.
Yeah, I think that'll be his first podium in OGL, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, he was, when we did the custom season, he was quite fast then, wasn't he, Dave?
Yeah,
He
I
was. Yeah.
I don't really see him testing very much. I think he's one of those drivers who could definitely be up there if he put as many laps in as Alex does. I think he probably would be a bit higher up the field, but obviously other commitments being other commitments, you know, you can't do that.
Yeah. Matt, what happened to Dan?
I'm not too sure because I saw it was Dan Ribbons close to him. Cause
No,
I don't know.
Dan
I
dropped
just-
it on his own.
I
Oh,
just
did
seen
it?
Dan
Yeah.
fall through the
he,
floor
he
kind of
must have
thing.
got his wheel on the curb then and spun it because I switched over and Dan was spun.
Yeah.
Oh,
The I don't know what it's called. Where Dan Ribbons is now, this hairpin right now.
Yeah.
Dan just caught
I
his
saw-
wheel
I
on the
saw
curb
him,
and
like,
spun
stop.
it. Yeah.
But then Dan Ribbons was going really slow behind him, so I thought maybe that Dan Ribbons might have clipped him. But if not, okay, fair enough.
Is that another front wing there? Dan Ribbons has just passed.
I'm not getting any incident reports from people, so it's making my job really hard today. Like, I
Yeah.
feel really bad for Tommy, but there's nothing I could have done because I didn't know the incident happened.
Yeah.
Nobody's been pushing
He
their
was
race
just-
control buttons.
He was just really unfortunate to come right onto the scene just as that wing was spinning across the track.
Well, if I saw the wing, I would have thrown the safety car, but
It
because
happened right in front of him, so I
Ah,
don't
right.
think he
Yeah,
had
it was
much
too
time to
quick
get out
for
of the
Tommy
way.
to
but
react.
bad
Yeah.
luck. He might not be able to make the end, but he would have given a blooming good go with Alex, wouldn't
It would have
Yeah.
been really close,
Yeah.
wouldn't it?
he? Yeah. I'm gonna stay in with you guys for the last few laps. There's nothing else for me to do.
Yeah, might as well.
Well, there's not enough cars on the track to have
There's,
an incident now, is there?
Well, it's too late towards the end of the race now. 4 laps is the cut-off point for a safety car, so it's the end now.
We were just saying, Matt, how well Alex has drove this track today. Everybody hitting the walls and taking the wings off, and he
Well, I
drove
half
supreme.
think because the pressure's been off. When he was trying to pull away from Tommy, he hit the wall a few times.
Did he?
Yeah.
Also,
Well,
give you a
no.
prediction there, Lee.
I've got a few right today, so...
We'll give you that.
Alright, I'm going to ask you all in turn, because it's been such a hectic race. 78 laps, and remember it's Monaco. This is the hardest race of the season. Starting with you, Max. Who's your driver of the day?
I was gonna say Tommy. I'm really tempted to still say Tommy, even despite what's happened. I think he's been, you know, he's given Alex a run for his money, because I can safely say, even Alex probably won't admit it, he would have probably come into this weekend thinking, I've got a week off here, I've got a free week, I can easily win. But Tommy's pushed him all the way. And without that incident, I reckon Tommy might have won it. So I think it's got to be for Tommy for me.
And Max goes Tommy Hewley.
Well, seeing that Max has gone with Tommy already, I think I'd have to go with Dan Ribbons, because early in the race he had a massive incident, lost the wing in it, and he's come back through to P3, so it's either him or Simon Maltby, and I'll just go with Dan Ribbons today.
And Matt?
Me? Don't you think my safety car driving was top notch today?
No, you cut the chicane twice, I saw you.
3 times actually. I know I hit the barrier once as well. So
Oh, there you go.
yeah, not too bad for having driven the safety car for 4 weeks. So it's good. I can't take it away from Alex. He hasn't had set a foot wrong, has he?
I completely agree with you there.
Might be the safe answer, but you can't take that away from Alex. He's
No.
just driven a perfect race, hindered by the safety car. That's all I can say. Is I reckon he would have lapped the whole field.
I reckon he would have their map, because I remember a few times with you guys when I was actually racing. Yeah, I was racing at one point. He wasn't very happy about the safety car.
Again,
I'm just going to interrupt you there, guys, because Alex Cooper is now into the penultimate corner. Mauricio in front, but that's not going to affect him. Out of the last corner he comes, and Alex Cooper will be the winner of the Monaco Grand Prix 2014. And he will extend his lead. What is that now, Matt? To 20... 2 minutes. Too much maths.
Give me a few seconds to work that out.
Give you a few seconds. And while Matt's doing that, Tommy Egan. Great drive from Tommy Egan. I'll actually applaud him because that was awesome. I'm the only one clapping. I can't hear no one clapping.
Hey, I'm busy.
It will come around in P2, 21.5 seconds behind. And
22.
What would have happened? No, 21.5.
No, 22 points.
Oh, right.
I'm getting confused here.
Like, what? I could add. Right, so, what? I forgot already. I'm too busy. 22 points.
Yeah.
Is the lead that Alex Cooper will have. So, still enough for Luke to catch up quickly. And
Just
if Alex... Go on,
Just
Lee.
to say, look, this is the advantage they had on the field. Dan Ribbons is still only into the swimming pool complex.
Yeah, I'm watching.
That is how good these two were today, so hats off to them.
Yeah. So here we go then. Dan Ribbons into the last corner, and again, another hat off to this driver from the back of the grid up to P3. Is this his first podium quickly, guys? Anyone know? No?
This season, though, I think is
This
his first
season, yes, OGL, no.
Oh.
But still a solid
and here
drive.
comes Dan Lovett, who...
No, he's already finished.
Oh,
That's awkward.
oh yeah.
Anyway.
Hitting the barrier as he comes in.
Wow.
Another great drive from Simon Maltby in fifth.
But
That was
because,
the best of 2 hours.
but because the top 10 all went over 75%, everyone who was in the top 10 will score points. So down
Ooh.
to Fleming will score World Championship points.
Wow.
Now, do you guys think Rob Loy would be happy with 7th?
No.
I think he'd be happy that he finished, but I don't think he'd be happy with 7th. I don't think anybody... I think everyone likes to be higher, don't they?
Well, I would be happy with 7th if I was still racing.
Yeah, but you're rubbish.
Yeah, but don't tell people that.
It's just incredible the pace Alex has on the field. I know Luke wasn't here today and it could have been different, but he's gone through a lot of stick this week. I've been watching the forum and drivers have had some comments about Alex, and being a fast driver, that does happen to you. I mean, when I was racing here, I had the finger pointed at me a lot, so I know what Alex is going through, but he's kept his head down, he hasn't got frustrated by it, and he's just blown everyone away today and proved what he can be.
At the end of the day, all the cars are equal, and it's down to your knowledge of R factor and how good you can drive the car. And Alex has been doing this for many years. I was having a discussion with Dan Lovett, saying that Dan Lovett was quicker than him when Alex first started races. But Alex has got his head down and worked, and he deserves the wins. And maybe he might get his first championship finally in OGL after, was it 6 years of trying?
Well,
I'm coming back.
Always a bridesmaid, never the bride, isn't he?
Oh, have you been listening to my commentary, Matt?
Oh, is that what you said?
Yeah.
Copyright that, Lee.
Taking all my quotes.
Sorry, man.
But what I just want to say though, Matt, what people don't realise is Alex does a lot of testing, tests a hell of a lot on this game. So he deserves what he gets.
Indeed.
Well, anyone that puts in the hard work deserves what they get, and people that sit fourth, fifth, sixth and only do, say, 100 laps between races of testing and then moan about not getting the results. To be honest, they don't deserve the results. When the top three guys are doing, between 500, 600 laps between events and they're getting the podium. So if you put in the work, you're going to get the results you deserve, surely. So
Well, I always see this as racing. This racing is a hobby. It's for fun, but you've got to take it with a level of seriousness and commitment. It is a hobby.
Yeah.
Hobbies you commit to. So at the end of the day, great drive from everyone today, and they've all put the work in to finish this race. Can't take that away
Indeed.
from anyone.
Nope. So yeah, wow. It's been a long race, but it's very hectic. It's finally done. Alex Cooper is your winner, and we're just going to wait and see if anyone wants to join us for an interview.
There we go.
We have our first driver now. I don't know, Matt, if you want to jump up and tell everyone to do their proper names, because I haven't got a clue. So our first driver in the commentary booth today is Tommy Agan, who just finished in P2. And Tommy, I feel for you, man. That looks so good for the win, but near the end it didn't happen. You hit a front wing and got a puncture.
Yes, it was too bad. I had the strategy of not pit again, and it looks very good. And sadly for me, I hit a little wing in the track.
So you can confirm you didn't have to pit again?
Yes, I was driving all in.
Wow.
That definitely just rubs salt into the wounds, that does.
Lee, do you have any questions, or Max?
Well, we noticed that, was it a deliberate call to stay on the soft tyres, Tommy? You weren't tempted to go to the supers near the end? Because at one point we seen Alex did go to the super softs, so was you thinking to yourself you had a chance to win?
Yes, when I saw Alex go too hard, now super soft, on the last safety car, I was on soft, and it was 28 laps left, and the safety car was out 3 laps, and 25 laps I should have managed, and it was, I really feel this time I could have it.
Well, we did discuss this in the race, didn't we, Dave? The strategies.
We did, yeah.
And I did say that you was on the alternate tyre, and we thought we might have a race on here because Alex didn't have a big enough lead to pull away.
No, and I'm not sure if he know that I was on super soft, no, on soft. So I'm not sure, but he had only 8 or 9 seconds. So everything had been possible there. I had good tires too.
Well, you made it a very entertaining race, Tommy, so well done.
Thank you.
Yeah, Lee, you end the interview, mate, as you know, you're the main commentator.
Yeah. I'm on a roll.
Don't worry, man. So next in is Alex Cooper. He's just blown everyone away today. How do you feel, Alex?
I don't know. I wouldn't say blown away. I don't think I pushed hard enough. The times I do at the end, I could do in the first stint in testing, so it's quite a bit off.
I wasn't pushing.
That's testament, that is.
Tell us how you felt after your final pit stop when you had to close down Tommy, knowing he didn't have to pit again.
I knew he'd struggle, and I'd passed him before, so I didn't think it was over, but he had a good chance of winning probably, but I think he'd have struggled with the tyres at the end. And softs are faster, obviously.
And what did you make of your teammates' race today?
There's not much to say really, he bottled it again. So I'm getting used to that from Dan, but we gained some good points in the constructors, so I can't complain, but he should have had a podium.
Yeah. Well, everyone else fell off the track or, danced with each other's wheels. You kept your head together and you proved yourself yet again to be a worthy winner, so congratulations on that. Heading into the next round, how do you see yourself there? Do you like the track?
No. I'm pretty awful at Canada, but I don't know. Should have decent pace, hopefully. but I think Luke will be right up there, as he would have done today as well. He'll be at the front today.
Yeah. We've got yourself a nice 22-point lead now, so you go and enjoy that, mate, and well done.
Thanks.
Oh, he's good and he knows it.
I wasn't pushing.
He's good and he knows it. I'll say that.
Yeah, he's got confidence. I want Dan to come down. I want to ask him some
Not
questions.
there. He's run away.
Oh, man,
Get
that's
him one of
good.
his
Oh,
famous
with the interviews.
24-hour drinks. So Lee, do you want to start the questioning with Simon as you're there?
I'm sorry, what?
Start the questioning with Simon.
Really good race from you today, Simon. How did it go for you?
Oh, what a hard race that is. But I wasn't sure if I was going to make it at the end. I put some super softs on at the last safety car, and I tried to run them till the end, and they were a little ragged, to say the least. But I noticed I had a big enough gap, so I thought I'd just stick with them and try and coax it home. But all I wanted was a point, and I got 5th. Wow.
You done really well. But one question: when you were on the softs, did you find them more of a struggle to get up to temperature than the supers?
When I've been practicing, I used to find the softs easier to get up to temperature than the super softs. But today in the race, it was the opposite. When I put the softs on, I found that a real handful, and I was really pleased to get back on the super softs.
Anybody else got any questions?
Lee,
yeah,
you were doing so well.
I'll jump in. So Simon, you've finally picked up your first points in OGL after you missed Malaysia, so that was your 5th time trying.
Yep.
So what do you think you can do in the future? Do you think you can pick up more points? Do you think you're going to go forward? How do you feel you're progressing so far? As this is a new thing for you?
Well, based on the practice times, I'm getting quicker. Tom is still helping me with the tunes, but I'm having to find my own way in terms of racing line and such like. So I'm putting in lots of laps, but I'm getting closer, and I'm feeling I'm getting more racy as well. So yeah, it's coming together. It's going to take time. Everyone said first season don't expect very much. Second season you might start contending for sort of top 5, and I'm sure that's right.
Yeah,
Indeed,
definitely.
yeah. You keep working at it, mate, and the results will come in the end. Great result today, just for finishing. So top 5 made it even better. So you go and enjoy that one, and congratulations.
Thank you, Dave.
Now, hopefully he's back from doing one of his 12-hour famous drinks. Dan Lovett.
Yeah,
Yay.
looking forward to this, aren't you?
Dan, I don't know what to say, man. Every time we looked at you, you made a place and we thought, right, that's settled. And then we cut back and something drastic's happened to you. So, obviously bad luck in there, but talk us through it.
Which part? The last crash?
From the start, because that was dreadful.
Yeah, my brake pedal's playing up. My potentiometer's gone, so I'm having to use my clutch as my brake. And I'm not used to sort of the clutch properly because now the clutch is the brake and it's a little bit stiffer on the 27. And I just slipped slightly and it started to roll, so I had to stop, and then I didn't get like a good start. But yeah, I enjoyed it. Was really fun, like battling back up. Got myself back up there. Did a few good moves. I don't know if you caught them.
Yeah, we laughed at you.
Yeah, there's so many safety cars I can't even remember now, but it was crazy. And then the last few stints I got caught out by obviously I hadn't used the harder tyre. I should have gone onto that on the early one when Alex did. I should have copied what he did. So yeah, I dropped back to Doru while I was on the harder tyre. Eventually got onto the soft, caught up with Dan, ribbons, had a Senna Mansell moment. I just couldn't get past for ages. Eventually got past, and then the rest is history. I lost it at the hotel chicane.
Ran out of talent.
Ran out of talent. I will say this, I was getting really poor frame rate for some reason. I did say to Matt early on in the race I was struggling. So I was contending with that, but no, I don't know what happened. I was still pushing. I should have just lifted off. But there you go. Got to look at the points for the team. Obviously, we huge jump on Lotus, as none of them finished. Well, obviously one was only driving, so got to take the positives.
All I want to know is, Dan, has Alex told you off yet?
I haven't spoke to him yet. See what he's got
Are
to say.
you friends?
No, we're not friends. We're colleagues. But no, I really enjoyed the race. It was probably one of the most stressful races I've been in, but it was really fun. It was good.
Yeah. Well, you're right to look at the positives. You both finished in the points. Lotus didn't get any points today, so you're starting to command the constructors. Alex has got a healthy lead now, so you can both go away happy, I suppose.
Yeah, that's the main thing. Like I said, it's fourth's better than not finishing at all, so can't complain.
Indeed. Well, if you can, go and enjoy that one, and best of luck in Canada.
All right, cheers, guys. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.
So that leaves us with Simon Crane. Hello, Simon.
We stopped eating.
Who stopped eating because you're about to talk.
Eating now, mate.
No, don't eat in the middle of the stream.
Sorry.
So the first 10 laps we were excited because we had the Crane train going on, but that quickly fell apart. Talk us through your race and the many incidents, because we just didn't think you were going to finish today, basically.
Wasn't quite that much of a train. There's only 3 cars. Yeah, but I don't know. I was doing good up to the point where I lost my nose on the restart. Then, from there on, it kind of put me off a bit. So I made lots of mistakes, lost a lot of noses, and yeah.
You had an interesting battle with Dora near the end, Simon. I was watching that, and it was down into the hairpin. It was a big old battle there.
Yeah, I think Dora was a bit hot into the corner there, and I couldn't really do anything. I was fully wide. I think he just clipped my inside wheel and over the barrier. But
Yeah, it was a racing incident to me. I don't think you got any further over, to be honest.
Yeah, it was a good battle. I think Dan was trying to keep ahead of Dory in the pit stop, so I think that probably helped him a little bit as well.
He crashed.
He lost his wing.
Anyone else with a question?
So what's your plans heading forward then? Do you think you can go further up and score more points, or do you reckon this is probably the max for you today? What do you think? Do you think you could have been on the podium?
I probably could have. I reckon I could have been at least 4th today if it wasn't for my massive mistakes. But yeah, I think probably going forward probably wouldn't be that far up the field due to job commitments at Carlin Motorsport. So.
Oh, I knew you were going to do that.
Kick him out, Matt. Kick him out.
Right, that's it. That's the end of Simon's interview now. Interview terminated. Bye, Simon. Gone.
Right.
That's the first time we've had to throw somebody out of the interview.
So I just got a whisper from Lee on Skype saying he's enjoyed commentary that much that he wants to stay with us. So
really,
McLaren needs a driver for the next race.
Well, if somebody wants to take Lee's place, all you got to do is sign up at OGLSimRacing.com.
I ain't finished yet. Not until I get a podium.
Lee, that's been good fun, man. Like the way I like the way you just come in and like take over. It's been awesome. But thanks guys for helping out today. It's been a good laugh, Max and Matt as well. Any last comments from either of you?
Oh, just want to let people know that the race is in 1 week time. So in 7 days, we'll be at Canada. So Dave, don't forget, you need to be there.
I've got to check my diary, mate.
And we're hoping to have a good show. And remember, if you do want to sign up, it's www.OGLSimRacing.com. Create an account and we can all get you set up there. And you'll have fun, I'm sure.
We hope.
They will.
Lee, you enjoy that race then?
I did for the first 15 laps.
I meant in with us. Don't worry about the racing.
Oh yeah. Oh, it was great fun. Dave, you were wonderful, especially about not talking about Big Brother in the race.
Oh, you weren't talking about Big Brother, were you?
Lee's a fan, so I thought I'd remind him that it starts in 9 days.
Oh, come on, guys. I thought you were talking about like the World Cup or something like that.
Oh, there is that too, but we didn't have enough time.
Matt's saying, come on, and he asked me about my move. Okay.
I also forgot to talk about WWE Payback next week as well.
We're not getting in the wrestling.
Alright, and Max, any last comments?
No, it's been a brilliant race, to be honest. But what do you expect? It's Monaco, so roll on next week.
Yeah, at a track that brakes are a massive issue, so guys will have to dial themselves into that one. So this has been OGLSimRacing League from Monaco, and it's Alex Cooper that's taken another pole and win and extends his championship lead to 22 points. Like Matt said, we are back next week for the Canadian Grand Prix, so please join us then and sign up if you would like to take part. That is it from us today. We will see you in 7 days' time.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.